Oh, yeah. Look who's back together. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Has apathy set in yet? Woodsy, will you use a chip today? No, I will not, because I'm apathetic. And that's the worst way to feel. Good morning, everybody. Great to be here with you. I'm Woodsy, as I mentioned, in the third person. Paul Reindel's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Paulie says, hey, how are you?
We are Ben and Woods, and that is Ben from Ben and Woods. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor.
Good morning.
How are you, buddy?
I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah.
I'd like to start the show off with a shout-out. One of our most loyal and dedicated Tier 1s, Vinny's in the chat every day, says his son, Cristiano, there he is getting his fifth grade promotion this morning. I don't know what that means.
It means he's completing fifth grade and moving on to sixth grade, or is he completing fourth grade and moving on to fifth grade?
I would think completing fifth grade.
I would think completing fifth grade. Your fifth grade promotion ceremony.
No, it sounds like you're getting promoted to fifth grade, right?
Finished fourth
You just
grade.
finished fourth. Vinny, fill us in here, buddy, because I have no idea. I should probably know this as a father of two, what this means, right?
I mean, if you, your high school graduation, no one ever calls it your college promotion.
That's true.
Which is technically that's what it would be. You're being promoted to college, kind of. So I don't know.
He says he loves baseball cards. He loves hearing us talking about it. Me and you both, Cristiano. Can we get him a shout out? Absolutely, dude. Hope you have a great. He's going into sixth grade, right. So he was promoted from
fifth grade to sixth grade.
All right, man. Sixth grade is an elite year.
That's a great promotion. Usually comes with a good salary bump, some better benefits. Obviously, maybe a company car, which is awesome. So congratulations on the promotion.
Sixth grade is just so much infinitely better than fifth grade, though. Sixth grade was an elite year.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
That's probably when I was like, hey.
Depends.
Really?
Well, some schools, sixth grade is middle school. It's sixth, seventh, eighth.
So we did seventh and eighth.
That's what I did as well. So I was big man on campus.
I was K through 6. At one school, elementary school. Then middle school was 7th and 8th or junior high.
Yeah, if you're K through 6, you're big man on campus when you're in 6th grade.
But then, my cousin, he lived 15 minutes away, but he was in a different school district, and his was 6th, 7th, and 8th was junior high. 6th, 7th.
I loved it, man. I think that's the first year that I was sitting in class and looked across the room and went, "What's that?"
Girls.
And went, oh my God. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now this is interesting.
There's such an elite feeling to being the oldest group on your campus.
It's so true.
And I didn't want it to be that way because you'd love the younger kids to feel comfortable and, not be nervous about the older kids. And, hopefully the older kids are not going to bully the younger kids, but it's inevitable that you will just be more comfortable in your setting. Yeah. You'll have probably no more friends. It's just the best year of any school is when you're the oldest person on campus.
No
K
question.
through 6, thinking about it though, when you're in 6th grade and you're 12-ish years old, you're still going to recess with 7-year-olds running around on the field.
It's true. They do they do try to keep them separated a little bit.
We just kind of naturally, you just kind of migrated to your own grade and your own friends.
Yeah.
But it was never really an issue, but
the cool kids were the 4th graders that were tough enough to play ball with the 6th graders.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Yep.
Those are the best. I try to tell my son all the time, my oldest, hey man, he's finishing up 2nd grade here in a couple weeks, going to be a 3rd grader. Taylor's out of preschool, going into kindergarten this year. We got the sign yesterday, the graduating preschool in the front yard. So yeah, man, special
That's a
time.
big thing.
It's
now,
a
the
huge
signs.
thing. Yeah, we didn't have it.
We never had the signs growing up.
We had to walk to school every day.
I see them around my neighborhood as well.
We never had I see people's photos of their on Instagram or whatever. It's graduation type photos from going from 3rd grade to 4th grade.
I'm actually furious. I thought I hated it before I had kids. I thought it was ridiculous. Then I had kids and I was like, well, I want it. And now we don't get it. I wanted the full cap and gown bit. I wanted the whole thing. We've never had it.
It was never there was never even a thought that there would be any sort of ceremony and parents would show up on the last day of 3rd grade. It was only, I don't even think we did anything from 6th grade to 7th grade or middle school to high school. It was really only it was always an exciting day in elementary school. You're oh, I get to find out who next year's teacher is going to be. Yep. right before summer break. I'm either going to be miserable or excited, and who's going to be in my class next year. And that was always fun, but it wasn't like a graduation ceremony because you finished fourth grade.
I'm pissed. I actually wanted it for my kids. We didn't get it.
I don't know. When they're too young, I saw a viral video this week of a kindergartner just scoring, like they had the full cap.
So good.
Gown.
I saw it too. It's genius.
It's just squirming around all over the place, because the last thing you want to do is make a 5 or a 6-year-old sit around for like an hour and 30 minutes while they just call names. I mean, it's the most boring thing for kids.
It was awful for a senior in high school, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. Why do we make graduations so incredibly long and boring for the most part? Isn't there a better way to do that? More fun for everybody? I mean, parents are just waiting for that one moment. You went to a gigantic high school. I went to a gigantic high school.
660 in my graduating class.
We had probably
200.
I was a W.
400 and something.
I was a W. I sat there for hours.
And you're just sitting there waiting for the one moment where your parents get that photograph where you walk quickly across the stage, shake the hands of the vice principal, and then move on. I mean, they get tired. They have to go in shifts of people calling the names because no one could call them all. They get too tired for the whole thing.
Mine was like a counselor that I recognized was on the stage, and like some superintendent from the district that you've never even met. And it's not even, they're like, oh, we're going to mail your diploma. It's not even actually there. You're just holding this. It's a fake one. And
how about this?
What are we doing?
You throw them all up on stage in a box and then have everyone run to the stage and then try to find theirs in there. Now it's called
whoever is
the G-Bang,
the
G-Bang graduation is what we call
whoever is last has to go back and do 12th grade.
That's right. Just throw them up there and go fight for your diploma. I don't know how we got off on that tangent. Oh no, we did. Cristiano is going to be a 6th grader now. How was everyone's day yesterday?
I'm okay. Still dealing with the contractors at my house after the pipe broke in my kitchen.
How much longer?
I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 more weeks. It's always something that slows it down. So we went over the weekend, like we bought a new sink to put in our new, kitchen area. And somehow I got a text from the contractor saying, we're sorry, we damaged the new sink. We need to replace it. Like, it's a stainless steel sink. How do you damage the sink? I don't
drop it.
You could drop. It's metal.
Even then,
I'm not even sure what happened. Did you run over it with your car or something? It was just sitting there in the kitchen. I bought it, put it there. They're handling it. They said we'll find the exact same one and put it back. But I have no idea. It's just that those are the kind of little things that you have to deal with when there are contractors in your house all the time.
I don't know that I'll ever be able to handle doing any work in my home. I'm home a lot. I get home early, and at that point, I don't have another job to go to. What am I gonna do if they're there working all day? You know what I'm saying? Because they're ripping up the house across the street, the house next door.
You just sit on the couch eating some chips.
Well, there's different strategies. You can go to a completely different area of the house and try to avoid them, or you can kind of sit down there and be like, watching and supervising and available for questions, but that's very awkward when you have other people just in your house. You're just sitting in your recliner as they're walking back and forth past you all the time. So there's no real perfect way to handle it because you don't want to feel like a prisoner in your own house.
But you are, essentially.
But you kind of are a prisoner in your own house. But I
also don't want to sit down there and be like, oh, you guys are going to use the Johnson rod on that? No, you're not, because I have no idea what I'm talking about either. Oh man, I feel for you because it's invasive, and they like to take their time too, don't they? It's going to be a while.
Well, I mean, I
have
understand
100 different projects.
Yeah, and you do something, then it has to, the drywall has to dry and sit, and then you paint it, and that has to dry. So they always have to leave and come back, in a few hours or the next day when things are okay. Now we can go on to the next step. I think today they're taking our refrigerator out and our oven out from the other side so they can start working on the floors and finish the cabinets. It's just it's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's a whole bit. Paulie, how was your day?
Not great.
Not great. Really?
I mean, fine. Nothing actually bad, but little sore from basketball. But yesterday went and got the oil changed in my car, and I left the oil change place going,
they got me.
I see how Woods gets got.
Thank you.
Single time.
It's not just me.
I understand how you spend $1,000 when you go in for, an oil change that should cost what, $80, $100, And
I mean, if you say so. I've never gotten one down that low.
It was so uncomfortable. The guy was nice. The guy that I was working with, it was, I went to where I went.
Yeah.
It was about 20 minutes or less yesterday. The guy was really nice and just doing his job, and yet I was so uncomfortable because they have the big screen right in front of you while you're sitting in your car. They go through the checklist of all the stuff they're going to go through.
Yeah, you're staring right at the deal.
And I'm looking at this list, and I go,
it's like red.
You're going to explain why my car may not make it home if I don't get every single one of these services done, and I can see the price already before you even get there. And I'm like, buddy, what's the nice way to say, I'm just here for an oil change today. Like, I already checked everything else. It's okay. And he's like, we also would recommend this. This is also recommended. This service is recommended every 50 to 100,000 miles. We'd recommend getting it done here soon.
I don't know about you guys, but the filter by my glove box has never been changed more ever in any car.
I feel like
mine's always fresh.
The auto mechanic is a great place to practice something that we all struggle at, and that is saying no.
Yeah.
And when they say, we recommend this and we recommend this, and I'll go, is the car going to explode if I don't do this right away? And they finally admit, no, you can probably put it off for a while. And then I'll say no. So, and eventually if it has to be done, it has to be done. But I'm good at putting things off when it comes to the car.
I'm staring at the...
I don't know what I should and should not put off.
I know, the same.
On a car.
I'm staring at the logo on Ben's new shirt.
Dragon?
What is it?
It's Scotty's Club, Dragon Ridge.
It's a dragon. Okay.
Got the shirt from when I went and visited him in Henderson.
Because I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, it doesn't look Costco-ish.
No.
Right?
It's a nice shirt. Feel how soft it is.
Let me see. Yeah. But there's it's stretchy.
Nice. Stretchy and silky. I know. It's comfy.
Look at you.
Comfy.
But I'd never seen a dragon on there before.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this dude buying Pete's dragon clothes from Costco now?
No, this is actually a
Worlds
nice
of Warfare or something.
This is a nice shirt, country club shirt.
That's a cool logo.
Yeah,
I like that. Woke up this morning at 2 a.m. because, at 1:55 this morning, our power went out. And when the power goes out at home, the kids' noisemaker and their lights, their like night lights in their rooms, go off. So it goes from pitch to no sound, pitch black. Both kids screaming.
Oh, no.
2 a.m. this morning, running in. Jump in bed, comes immediately back on, but now they're in bed. And I wake up at 3:15, like the Bucket family, all of us in bed at the same time, ass everywhere, legs splayed everywhere. And I'm laying there.
Any pets in there?
No pets.
Well, okay.
No
good.
pets. But I'm sitting there going, oh my God. Taylor was crying. Bo was screaming. I'm like, what is happening right now? And the power went out. But literally woke up like falling off the bed. I was like, I gotta get out of here, man. I don't know what to do. You can't lock your door because if your kids are scared, you want them to, feel free to come in. But to say your boy's not well rested is an understatement. It's an understatement.
I'm sorry that it was too quiet and too dark.
Yeah,
for you to be
exactly.
able to.
Exactly,
Let me
guys.
check notes.
Sleep. It is a little jarring. Our sound machine went off last week. It ran out of juice. And both of us sat up in the middle of the night. And I realized I can never sleep without one again. So it was a bit of a jarring evening. So you couple that with a really ugly loss last night, third loss in a row, really nasty comments you're starting to see pile in. And you just go, man, I'm apathetic. It's making me apathetic. And I hate, everybody gets to that point in a baseball season, I feel like. And there's no solution, right? And I think for all of us, fairly logical people, a solution we need to be able to see a solution or an end game on the horizon, right? To feel better. And right now you just look at it and you go, I don't see it.
No, that's not how baseball works.
It's true.
You're not gonna. The solution doesn't present itself. It slowly kind of filters its way into a team, and then you wake up in a few days, and all of a sudden, everyone's kind of hitting well. How did that happen? And no one even has really an answer to that question. We'll talk about it. I think patience is required. Some appreciation that the team is still 8 games above 500. Yeah, they're going the wrong direction right now. No doubt about it. But again, I think at the beginning of the season, we set some pretty reasonable expectations. I remember, again, talking to Major Garrett. I think it was opening day or the day before opening day. Like, this is a team that, into June, we want to just hang around 500, and then they can make some additions around the trade deadline, hopefully, and make a move in the second half. nothing has really changed other than they got off to a better start than we expected. Won some games that they probably shouldn't, but they've been a 500 team statistically, metrically, through the course of the first half of the season. And that's what they're playing like right now. They're losing some close ones now, had won some close ones before. This is essentially a 500 baseball team, which is what we wanted, if I remember correctly, at the beginning of the year. Through May and June, you're not going to have Joe Musgrove. Turns out we're not going to have Nick Pivetta or Yu Darvish either. Just, hang around 500, and then, hopefully reinforcements can arrive middle of the season trade deadline, and they can go on a nice run in the second half. The only thing that changed was our expectations, because they happened to pull a few wins out of the fire in the first half of the season that they probably had no business winning in a lot of those games.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think anybody expected this offense to be this bad.
Oh, yeah. The pitching,
that's what's
the
bad
pitching's
to watch.
better than we expected.
Musgrove and Pivetta going down has nothing to do with the offense.
The pitching is better than we expected, and the offense is worse than we expected.
Way worse. Way worse.
It's a problem.
It's an issue. And I had a guy last night. He had a little rage boner for us, and tagged us like 40 times on Instagram. And it was essentially like, it was weird, because usually you get you guys kiss the ass of the players. This was, you guys won't hold Steven Souza Jr. accountable. Like, I have some sort of connection to Steven Souza Jr. I've known his name, when he was a big leaguer. We met him one time. I thought he was a nice dude. Thought we had a good interview with him. I've thought his processes and the places he came from were, good. I know he's a first-time coach. If you want to fire Steven Souza Jr. today because you think it'll help the Padres win, have at it. Have at it. Couldn't care less. But all I do know is that the same players every year are the ones having the struggles, no matter who the hitting coach you bring in is. It's in the weirdest turn of events ever. I'm like, buddy, I'm going to hold the players. Steven Souza Jr. doesn't take those half-ass swings. He doesn't swing at that garbage. He's trying to give these guys information. What they do with it is then it's on them, and it was a weird one, because I'm like, if you want me to roast Steven Souza Jr., I'm not in those meetings. I don't know what it sounds like. All I can do is take guys, veterans, like Nick Castellanos, at his word. He's like, it's not on him, it's on us. He gives us the information. We obviously aren't processing it, so maybe it's the delivery. I have no idea. But if you think firing the hitting coach today is going to make your team better, I'm all for it. If you feel like firing me today is going to make the team better, I'm all for it. Have a ball. Do what you got to do to win baseball games. But to say that there's some nefarious protection of Steven Souza Jr., I'm tired of blaming hitting coaches here. I'm tired of it. It's every year.
It's pretty tired.
It's always somebody else's fault. And I hate people that do not take accountability. That doesn't work for me. In life, friendships, business, I don't like it. And I think it's garbage. And I think if you don't take accountability for yourself and your poor performance, and you want to go, it's not my fault, it's Adam's fault. No way. I don't need a $10 an hour intern sitting next to me telling me how to do radio, right? I don't. It's on me to come in, turn on the mic, and do my thing. Just like it's on Manny, it's on Toddy, it's on Jackson, to stop swinging at stuff, be locked in, and go out and win ball games. Nobody's asking the world of you guys.
None of them are saying, it's the hitting coach's fault either. When you ask them, they all point the finger at themselves, like they need to be better. That's what they hear. The only thing that I've heard is that all of them are working really hard to try to get out of it and figure out what's going on. And that, as a fan, is all you can really ask. I know you want to see results, but, if we heard that, hey, they're not really taking it that seriously. It felt like in 2023, they weren't taking it that seriously. Like, they were all confident. Yeah, well, we're us. We're going to figure it out. And by the time that they realized that wasn't going to happen, it was too late. Mm-hmm. Don't get that sense this year. I think everyone has a good deal of urgency about trying to figure it out. It just hasn't happened yet. They haven't figured it out collectively what's been going on offensively.
Well, and again, Janine says you can't fire the players. Agreed. We all know that. Steven Souza Jr. knows if this team doesn't hit, I'm out. That's just the way that it works. I don't know why any sane human being with a family would ever take the hitting coach job for the San Diego Padres or really any other team. Last year, we'll talk to one of those guys that did it last year. Again, today, Brett Boone. How bored of playing golf and like having fun and not being stressed do you have to be like, yeah, I'll do it? That gig? Not for all the tea in China. Could you get me to leave this gig, pay me 5 times more to be like, hey, can you go teach the Cardinals how to hit? No, like absolutely not.
I'm not locked into other fan bases like really at all. Does every fan base do this when their team shows signs of weakness offensively? They just automatically blame the hitting coach?
The most that I
see. Are the Mariners blaming their hitting coach or the Mets blaming their hitting coach?
So the fan bases I'm most locked in on, Dodgers, Giants, those are the division rivals, right? The Giants are ready to fire everyone except for Buster Posey, but I think there's even a contingent that are like, he doesn't know what he's doing.
He put this together.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Then you have the Dodgers that, I mean, like, it makes me mad and laugh when they get mad at their players because they're going to be there at the end and they should just be writing this thing out, not caring. They get pissy at Dino Ebel, as they did last week. They think he's a terrible third base coach. I don't know who the Dodgers hitting coach is. I have no idea. Never heard his name. Because why? The Dodgers rake and have raked for the last 5 years. So
players get the credit.
Players get
being
the credit,
good, not the hitting coach.
Right. I have such a hard time. It's not a protection or love of, or even a belief in Steven Souza Jr. I don't believe in him because I don't know anything about him. But all I know is how business goes down here in San Diego. When things go south, it's his fault. It's his fault.
Every year, the hitting coach gets blamed. It's always the hitting coach's fault, whoever the hitting coach happens to be. Yet we've got the same players locked up for years and years and years. Like, what's the constant here? It's the players. It's always on the players.
Always, I think most everything that happens in a sporting event is on the player. If a golfer has a bad round, whose fault? It's not his swing coach's fault. It's his fault.
Not the caddy's fault.
Not the caddy's fault. You had the club in your hand. You made the decision. You put the swing on it. A hitter, Steven Souza Jr. is not making you miss hangers. He's not making you swing out of the zone. Again, it's on the players to fix it.
So I've done this for a long time, and I'm a fairly positive, optimistic fellow. So I have been on the receiving end of that criticism for many years. You're protecting the coaches, you're protecting the team, you're protecting the players. And my question that I would ask you, if you're thinking that out there listening, why would I do that? Because I know that all of them are going to be fired eventually.
Yeah.
They always are.
Yeah.
They absolutely always are. So what would be the point of me working hard to protect someone that I know is going to be fired? In fact, I'm going to be sitting here, 4 or 5 more managers, 10, 15 more hitting coaches. They are going to come and they are going to go. I have no vested interest toward protecting them or not protecting them. I will tell you what I think, and I tend to agree with Woods. We overblow the importance of the hitting coach in particular and what sort of influence that they can have. I certainly believe that there have been hitting coaches who have said the right thing to a player at times that has unlocked something good. And, you hope that happens. But I think more often than not, they are simply there to, make sure that the guys are putting in their work, getting the information that's available.
I don't even think they're there for that. Like, at this level, I promise
they're setting up the work that they want to do. Like, the player comes and says, I would like to do this today. And the hitting coach will then facilitate whatever work they want, whether it's video, whether it's extra swings in the cages, whether they're swinging off velo machines. The player will say, I'd like to do some velo work today. And the hitting coach goes, great. We'll set you up from 3:15 to 3:30. You get the cage for the velo. Well, you'll be all ready to go, work on your stuff. That's kind of what they are. They're more of the facilitator than an actual coach. It's not a little league coach who's teaching the game to players.
No, it's not. And as one of those, I understand how frustrating it can be. But again, you do. Again, I just see how it's. I see how it's run here since we've been here. And let's say tomorrow, Ben, we signed a new 3-year deal to stay here at Odyssey. My guess on hitting coaches will be 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 over.
2.5 over under, right? In that time. I really would. It would be a miracle if somebody was able to come in here and figure it out. And again, we don't have the world's most suppressing ballpark. It's not the hardest place to hit. There's challenges, but there's challenges in New York City. There's challenges in, there's challenges everywhere across baseball. No park, maybe except for Sacramento, is easy to hit in. But man, we have not found the secret sauce yet, have we? And we've had some of the game's greatest hitters here, and they couldn't do it. Luis Ariz hit 280 here. Juan Soto was like, can't really hit it out here. I'm going to take walks, I guess. They haven't been able to figure it out yet. But I don't put that on Steven Souza Jr. I don't. And I would hate to see him lose his job because of the underperformance of the players.
And it wasn't Victor Rodriguez,
Nope.
Good or bad, either way. It's the same story all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because somebody just said Phillies didn't seem to have any challenges. I know.
Yeah.
They see the difference is when they see a hanging cutter, which they saw a lot of last night, they piss on it. We see a hanging cutter, we're like, oops, check swing.
You say that. They hit 3 home runs. Padres hit 2 home runs. Wasn't that different yesterday compared
Again,
to
in
the two teams.
in my made-up Randy Vasquez expected home runs allowed stat that I made up, it should have been 7-0 when he left. Again, he got extremely. Schwarber, the second one, I was like, oh my God, oh God. And then he knew he didn't get it, but sure off the bat, I mean, the pitches are just middle. These guys are hammering them.
Yeah.
And, it was a tough watch.
But, I mean, we've seen
down
this
4-0.
with Randy. Well, we'll talk about it coming up. We'll get to our Padres crap up 3 in a row. Certainly, first, it's going to be a losing homestand, whatever happens today. And now you're trying to avoid getting swept against one of the nastiest pitchers in baseball. That was my worry going into yesterday. I said, if you don't get this one, you are in a lot of trouble going into the series finale today. And now the Padres are. But again, this is a lull that every team is going to go through a lull. The Cubs are in absolute agony right now. I don't think the Cubs are torched and done and will never. I expect the Cubs to be in the playoffs at the end of the season. They've lost 10 in a row right now. They look like the most horrible team in baseball, like in this decade right now. I don't think they're done, just like I don't think the Padres are done.
No, I don't think they're done either. I always ask, too, if you have a complaint, what is your solution? I say it at home to my kids all the time. Okay, do you want a vent or do you want a solution? So if you want a vent, that's fine. Big venter here. But if Steven Souza Jr. isn't the right guy, who's the right guy? Let us know in the comments, Twitter, whatever. Who's the right guy? Because I remind you, we talked to Eno Saris about this last year. Remember the name David Popkins, hottest name in baseball. Guy probably could have parlayed his 1 year in Toronto to the best gig in the world if he wanted it. Their offense is non-existent right now. Why? Vladdy Jr.'s not hitting. They lost Bo Bichette. Guys aren't hitting. What changed? You were the best in the game last year. Nobody was better. They were writing athletic articles about you. He's from here too. I've heard the guy's great. I know guys that have played with him said he's amazing. What happened? Did he lose it? So if not him, who? That's what I want to hear today. I want to hear answers. I want answers.
That's not a chip. That's a hand.
That's a hand.
That's a hand.
I mean, are the Astros hitting better because of
V-Mart? V-Rod? It's like 9 times in a row.
Is it because, I don't know, Yordan Alvarez is a really good hitter?
Yes.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It's one of those things where, like, I'm all for debate,
sure,
and seeing different points of view and working together towards a solution. But this is one of those things where it's like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. How is there anyone to blame besides the players?
I will, Paulie. It makes me bang my head. It makes me bang my head in the wall, man. It really, really does. And I do agree that in other sports, it's different. If you have the wrong offensive coordinator, you're done for. And that offensive coordinator scheme doesn't match the personnel, you're done. You don't have the right blocking schemes for your quarterback that's immobile, you're toast. That isn't this.
No one's calling plays.
No,
in baseball.
It's see ball, hit ball,
hit
catch
ball
bar,
hard,
throw ball.
Yep.
All right, let's get going here. We'll take our first time out. When we come back, we'll set the menu for the Wednesday midweek edition of Ben and Woods. We'll get to our Padres crap up, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios We know how. Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Bottom line, you could bring in any pitching or any hitting coach from history to the San Diego Padres. They're probably all going to say the same thing. Same thing that Steven Souza Jr. is almost certainly telling his team right now. Stop swinging at the pitches out of the zone.
Don't chase.
Don't chase. But that's the hardest thing to coach. How do you coach someone? Yeah, when you see that, 97 mile an hour pitch coming, don't swing at it if it's not going to be one you can hit and it's going to be out of the zone. And the Padres right now are swinging too often.
Mm-hmm.
Specific players are swinging way too often at pitches that are just unhittable. And no one's going to have any success when you swing at the wrong pitches. I think there are, there's been some times this season, and Woods, you pointed it out, pitches that are hittable that they're just missing a little bit. Maybe you can make a technical adjustment like, okay, yeah, the shoulder needs to stay in on a pitch like that, whatever. A hitting coach can make a difference there. But in terms of you need to identify that pitch better so you don't swing at it. There's no one that can coach a guy's eyes into recognizing a ball better. They just have to continue to train and work and get locked in. And guys will say, when it's going well, ball looks like a beach ball. Looks like it's coming at me at, 30 miles an hour and I can see all the seams. And when I'm not going well, it's like a BB and I see nothing at all. I've heard that a million times.
It's just incredibly hard, and again, I'm going to put it on the players because they're the one up there swinging the shillelagh, as Mud likes to say. They're the ones that make the swing decisions. There's not a guy pressing a button, swing, don't swing. It's hard. I see them flail sometimes when it spins. Honestly, some of the worst ABs last night I saw were Jackson Merrill's. There's not a pitch he will lay off of at this point, and that's good eating for a pitcher, right? If I can throw it back foot slider, he'll swing. I can throw it up in the zone, he'll swing. It's just tough. It's tough. He's searching right now, and when you're searching at that level, that's got to be a pretty lonely feeling. And luckily for us, we had guys that were stepping up in the absence of the big three, so to speak. And now some of those guys are kind of pilfering off as we knew they would and regressing to their mean. But these guys are not jumping to where they should be yet. Encouraging last night, obviously seeing Manny get his hands in, get that pitch out, hit it really hard, 108, I think, off the bat. Smoked it, got us right back in the ball game. But then after that, nothing. Had another opportunity later. Ended up with a check swing ground out, and on a 1-0 pitch or an 0-1 pitch, I think.
The first pitch, I think.
First pitch. Yeah. That's tough. Really, really tough look there.
You're telling him, don't swing at the bad ones. And he's like, okay, I'm not going to swing at it, but it hits your bat anyway and goes fair. I swear the Padres lead the league in check swings
fair ball
that go fair. I don't have, there's not a database that I can look up at check swings that go fair, but my goodness,
it's happened.
It feels like 2 or 3 every game where yeah, you're right. You shouldn't be swinging at that. So they don't, but it hits the bat anyway and goes fair. It doesn't go foul. It goes fair.
It just comes from being not confident up there at all.
Yeah.
And that's really where it comes, not decisive. Like swing. I tell the little leaguers, if you're going to miss big. And that's on a ground ball coming to you. If you miss it, I don't care, but don't stand there and wait for it to get to you, right? Same thing, man. If you're going to miss on that pitch away, Manny, miss big, really, because that's how you're going to do damage. You're never going to do damage on a check swing, never. And we did see Xander float one into right field earlier in the season, but no, it just doesn't look good right now. They just really look lost, and of course, you're going to hear the word pressing, and I don't think there's any doubt that they're pressing. I'm sure they're squeezing that bat so tight, trying to get something done every time. So. But it's discouraging because it's not improving, and it's been a good piece of the season now, right? It's a good piece, and obviously the power being non-existent for Fernando Tatis Jr. is insane. It's insane. It's inexplicable at this point. So he had one last night. He had probably a couple pitches last night he could have done major damage with. Just missed it.
I stood up on that.
I did too.
I thought, oh, there
got
it. No, not even close. Not even close.
I watched his reaction.
Yeah.
And now it looked like disappointment, but at that time it looked like catharsis. Looked like he hit it, was like, yes, finally.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
And then didn't get it.
Yeah. We will go through the game yesterday and our Padres crap up here momentarily. At 7 o'clock, Jesse came through. We had the double incorporator from last week and this week, H and I. Not only did he get it in pretty quick order, right?
Pretty much back to back.
Back to back. So we'll play the audio for you coming up at 7 o'clock. We will also be giving away some San Diego County Fair tickets. Tried to do that in the first half of the show after we did it late last week. We got tickets, 4-packs all week long to the San Diego County Fair. Don't do this at 7:20, crime blotter and more. We got a pitcher who had the maybe an overreaction to a strikeout at home plate.
That was something
that we can talk about and what his manager had to say about it. That's coming up at 7:20. At 7:35, the Big League Wednesday, a former hitting coach, an Odyssey insider, our friend Brett Boone, is going to join us and have had some really good conversations with Brett this season. And then in the second half of the show, more baseball talk, our MLB reach around, Paulie with a Randall report, and as well as we get you all the way to 10 o'clock. We'll also play some Take on Woods at 8:20. But let's check traffic, and then when we come back, we will get to the highlights and lowlights from yesterday's 4-3 loss to the Philadelphia Phillies. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
In San Diego, the 805 northbound a bit sluggish in spots getting to the 94. 94 westbound slow getting onto the 805 northbound. I'm Sam Tidrick, Odyssey San Diego traffic.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
It's a shame, it's a shame, it's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
crap up
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the bump and figure it out.
This game has got to come to an end.
Here's the 2-1. Harper rips it in the air, deep down the right field line towards the pole and gone. Little Petco porch home run for Bryce Harper. His 13th of the year, and with a very clean mouth, he will round the bases as the Phillies take a 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. In the bottom of the first, and now Real Muto sends one in the air down the left field line. That's a home run off the Oris side, second balcony Western Meadow. Got out in a hurry, just a rising line drive that kept on carrying, and Real Muto with his second home run of the year. 2-0 Philadelphia. 1-1 pitch hammered in the air deep to left field. The pattern will continue off the top balcony of the Western Meadow building. And for the third consecutive inning, a 2-out solo shot against Randy Vasquez. It's 3-0. Vasquez kicks and fires, and a ground ball off the mound up the middle into center and a base hit. Harper rounding third on his way. The throw will go to second base. It's an RBI single for Alec Boehm, and the Philly lead is now 4-0. 0-1 pitch in the air to straightaway center field. It is deep. Merrill is back. He is at the wall. He leaps up and he made the catch. Jackson Merrill said this pattern must end. Hang a star for the Padres center fielder. Went up over the wall in center field and took one away from Edmundo Sosa. Unbelievable. Finally, a 1-2-3 inning. To begin the night for Nola. Machado hits a line drive to deep left field. Gone! Just over the fence. And the Padres have cut the lead in half just like that. 9th of the year for Machado, and it's 4-2. This pitch hit in the air deep to left center field. Sosa and Crawford are back at the wall. Gonna go! Ramon Laureano hits his 7th of the year, and the Padres are within 1. It's 4-3 here in the 8th. 1-2 to France. The pitch on the way. Ty swings and misses, strike 3, and Duran closes the door for a second consecutive day. Phils have won this series. They'll go for the sweep tomorrow. Padres tried to dig out of the 4-0 hole, but they could get to within only 1. Final score here tonight, the Phillies 4, the Padres 3.
Yeah, we battled the whole game. It's always tough when you get down early, especially when they, hit home runs. It takes a little bit of momentum away from us. But we fought, hung in there. Manny's home run was a big one, gave us a chance, and had a little bit of a rally there going in the 8th inning and just couldn't punch through.
Solo shots aren't normally something that are going to kill you, but for there to be 3 of them and then with the 2 outs, what did you make of that?
Yeah, all their runs came with 2 outs. As for a pitcher, that's a little demoralizing. Randy hung in there after that and gave us a couple scoreless innings. Helped our bullpen out. Outside of that 2 outs, he was pretty good, but with 2 outs, he kind of struggled.
Ben and Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Now, weird start for Randy Vasquez. He through his 6 innings, 5 2/3. He had no trouble getting the first 2 outs of the inning. All 6 innings. I think the only inning the Phillies had a base runner before 2 outs was the 5th, and he came back, struck out Bryce Harper, and got Garcia on a ground out after Trey Turner had singled. So 2 outs, nobody on, every single inning, usually is the recipe for 6 shutout innings. Couldn't get that 3rd out. Home run in the 1st, home run in the 2nd, home run, walk, single in the 3rd. Just could not finish the innings yesterday in his outing.
Don't know that I've seen that before.
I don't either.
I'm racking my brain for the 2-out home run, 3 consecutive innings in a row. This team will show you something if you watch them every night that you've never seen before. It's not always good. Sometimes it's really good. I thought the defense was really spectacular last night. I love the back pick. I love the catch from Jackson Merrill. I love the play from Xander Bogaerts, which is about as good as you can get.
Fernando made one of his best plays at second base yesterday as well.
And it gets lost in the shuffle of the lack of offense again. But the pitching too. I mean, Randy Vasquez, man, that's the 2nd start in a row I've watched, and I've been on the edge of my seat because it kind of looks floaty. It's just kind of floating up there, and they did some damage to him. Luckily, you held him to solo shots, which is something, I guess, because that shouldn't murder you. But with this offense, man, you have to suppress as many runs as you can.
Well, just not getting as much swing and miss as he was early in the season. I think had 0 strikeouts in 2 starts ago and then only 2 last night. That's one way that you can get out of a lot of trouble is with a few more strikeouts. We had seen that from Randy in, his first month and a half of the season. Hasn't been getting it quite as much lately. So that's part of it for sure. The Phillies have home run hitters on their team. I think I saw they're 2nd in baseball in solo home runs. So that's not uncommon for them they swing for the fences, and when they get it, they get it. And Randy Vasquez is probably a good strategy against him. You're going to get a lot of contact. He's going to make you not hit it solidly a lot, like just a little bit off. Those pitches that look like meatballs, they move usually just enough for Randy that it's like, we didn't quite get it. Didn't quite get it. But if you swing hard, you're probably going to get a couple off of Randy. They've turned it into 4 runs. That's not going to kill a lot of teams. You can score 5 runs and win those games if you've got a decent offense, and the Padres just have not been able to put enough rallying together, and specifically hitting with runners in scoring position, which is now an insane. They were only 0 for 2 yesterday, but they're now an insane 0 for their last 27 with runners in scoring position.
Good God.
They have not had a hit with a runner in scoring position since last Friday.
That's tough, dude. Tough to win ball games.
You're not going to. I mean, it's shocking that they've won 2 games since then on Friday and Saturday. You're very rarely going to win baseball games when you can't get a hit with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, it's very important that they, try to control those runs early. Like today, it says, Kevin says in his piece, the Padres are 18-5 when scoring first this season and 13-18 when their opponent scores first. So
13-18 is a phenomenal record.
Really
when
is.
Giving up the first run.
It really is.
It's much higher than the rest of the league. But you're right. This whole homestand has been, we're going to give up at least 1 home run in the first inning.
Yeah.
And put yourself behind every single game.
In the last 6 of 7 games, Ben, they've allowed at least 1 run, which is it's tough, man. It's tough. You automatically feel, all right, now we're digging.
We'll talk about that with Brett Boone coming up in hour number 2. All guests on Ben and Woods appear on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bank Banking. It is better. We'll keep discussing the game, and we will play Jesse's incorporator words, humgruffin and interrobang, that he got both in just about the same half inning, coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Woods and I got into a little argument about Aaron Nola before the show. Phillies pitcher has had a really bad season so far. Came into the game with a 6 ERA yesterday, but the metrics behind his ERA were quite a bit better. And if you look at Eno Saris's stuff, plus he's actually top 10 in all of baseball. So his pitches move really well. And I thought he was pretty sharp yesterday, especially the knuckle curve. Seemed like early innings when the Padres went down, I think the first, 10, 11 in a row that were settled down. He just kept hitting that knuckle curve right on the black outside corner low, and the Padres were struggling badly against that pitch in particular. So thought one of his best starts of the season for sure.
Well, I mean, again, that's kind of my point is who doesn't look sharp against us? You know what I mean? Like who's not licking their chops?
We said it yesterday morning. He was salivating. When he woke up and knew, all right, I'm at the Omni. I'm in San Diego, and I got
a little
Padres
coffee. Got the Padres tonight. I mean, my 6.01 ERA is going down, down.
And confidence is a big thing for pitchers. You take confidence to the mound, you usually pitch better. And he pitched confidently and executed his pitches, I thought, really well.
Why wouldn't you pitch confidently?
Well, again, why wouldn't you? I think that's what the Padres need. They need pitchers to be less confident against them. How do you do that? Do you
start hitting the ball?
Well, that's the thing. It's the chicken and the egg. If the Padres continue to not hit, other pitchers will come in and throw confidently against them, which then makes it harder to hit against. But I thought Aaron Nola looked really like he always looked. You know, in recent years, he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball. Looked exactly like Aaron Nola always seemed to look to me on the mound. I haven't seen some of his struggling starts this year, so not sure what was wrong, but certainly did not give any signs that he was a struggling pitcher on the mound yesterday.
Phillies entire staff last night, 11 Ks. It's just this team's punching out way too much. The spin thing is what's getting me. They looked fooled on a lot of spin. And, Aaron Nola, for as good as he was last night, Ben, he was throwing 92 mile an hour fastballs by our most expensive hitter, and it's tough. It's a tough look. 92 gets punished in that league. It gets punished. 92 is high school kids these days. You know what I mean? And he mixes his pitch as well. He's been doing this a long time. I'm not taking anything away from him, but you do have to take it with a grain of salt when you shut down the worst offense in baseball.
Padres bullpen continues to do what, we thought it was going to do. One of the best in the league. I think they've got the second lowest ERA in all of baseball. Bradgley was really good. Wandy hasn't given up a run in 12 innings this month. Adrian Morejon has, I think, a 6+ inning shutout streak as well. They gave the Padres a chance to come back, and the Padres came close, got 3, didn't get 4 to come all the way back and win that game. So that just seems to be the story that we've seen all year long. Fall behind early, and then either you make it all the way back or you don't. They always fight their way back. Early in the season, they were winning some. Lately, they have not been fighting their way all the way back and getting to the lead and getting that big hit that they need at the end of the game.
Yeah, and obviously we knew, and I don't think anybody was dumb enough to say that that's a sustainable way to play baseball for 162. Fall behind, then come back. Fall behind, come back. It's great when it happens. There's nothing better. And I had confidence in it last night. I really did. Once Manny hit that bomb, I got up off the bed and cheered and said, all right, here we go. Now we go. And it just wasn't in the cards last night. And it's unfortunate because you cannot live that way every single game, getting down 2, 3, 4 runs and having to claw and fight your way back.
It's kind of like a couple seasons ago. I remember it all clicked in my brain. I had a bit of an epiphany where we had so many extra inning walk-off wins, come from behind walk-off wins. And I just remember going at one point, walk-off wins are awesome.
But
that usually means you either blew a big lead or you gave up a huge lead and you fought back. But at one point, things were not going well at all.
That's
so kind of how this felt. Like,
it's so cool when it happens.
Come from behind wins are great, but you know that you just can't live that way.
Yeah, it's so cool when it happens. It's the best. There's nothing like, being down a couple runs and scoring 4 or 3.
Jumping out to leads and holding them is also pretty fun.
That's pretty fun. Like an 11-1 win is nice every now and then, so you can mix some of those in. But I did think they were in it last night. Certainly after the bomb was like, oh, there we go, cut it right in half. Kind of felt the exhale from the team, but just couldn't get anything going. Punched out way too much. They punch out a lot. So it's unfortunate, man. And we are a third of the way through the season exactly. So we got 2/3 left to go. If I thought I saw a little bit of improvement, I think I'd be a little bit more positive. I don't. I actually see more regression kind of every day.
It's pretty amazing. ESPN did their third of the way through the season, projecting like award winners, top 10 in MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year. The only Padre to appear on any of the lists was Bradley Rodriguez, was number 9 on their like Rookie of the Year watch.
Yeah.
How do you get to 8 games above 500 with no individual players really playing well? I mean, which is why their number 1 manager of the year candidate was Craig Stammen.
Wow.
They had him at number 1 in their rankings based on
it's pretty crazy.
The fact that he has no players who are performing and somehow has a team that is leading the wild card race in the National League, which I guess is a really good argument. I sense that Padres fans are getting frustrated with their manager, but the outside perception is Craig Stammen is some sort of magic witch doctor that has the Padres at 8 wins when they have no business being as good as they are, and they're giving him a lot of the credit for how well the Padres, results have been so far through 1/3 of the season.
Well, again, he's pretty steady Eddie, man, and he's you hear in his press conferences, you hear the little kind of barbs that he gives his team, and we have to have better ABs. We just have to. So I don't know, man. I don't know who is the person that's going to be able to figure it out. I have to continue to put my faith in the guys that get paid the most money to do it. That's just kind of where I fall. You make the most, there's the most expectations on you. Period. That's the way it goes.
I mean, that's what Manning says too. He says, this is unsustainable. He basically said that after the game again last night. If we don't hit, we're not going to continue to be 8 games above 500. They know they have to get it going, and they know which players are the ones that have to do it. And that's after he hit a 2-run home run. He didn't lean on that. He was more mad about himself for the at-bat in the 8th inning when he had the check swing with a runner in scoring position and a chance to tie the game and didn't come through than he was for hitting the 2-run home run against Aaron Nola.
Somebody just asked in the chat, what does it look like with some of the other struggling offenses? What are their record? The New York Mets and Padres are jostling it out for worst offense in baseball. The Mets are 22-33, and their run differential is -31. Padres are 31-23 with a +2 run differential right now. So you can see that's a vast difference between those two teams.
Yeah, as I said in the beginning of the show, through a third of the season, the Padres are essentially a 500 team that has managed to win more games than they should have at this point. But they're also not a 10 games under 500 team. They're a 500 baseball team. That's what they've played, the kind of baseball they've played. They should be right around 500, which doesn't kill you. Third of the way through the season, plenty of 500 teams that are like, okay, we got through that first third. Now let's start playing better in the second and third of the season. We see that all the time in Major League Baseball. We're not talking about a team that is disastrously bad. We're talking about a team that has been pretty mediocre when it looks, when you look at all the numbers combined, good defense, great bullpen, okay starting pitching, terrible hitting. That's an average team right now in Major League Baseball. It's not a disaster, but they need to be better if they want to be a playoff team at the end of the season.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Satan's Blowfish says, look at the Tigers, how they've collapsed. It's true. The Cubs as well. The back end of our bullpen, our bullpen, if we can get a lead, we feel pretty good about securing that lead. So that, again, you have to get the lead. So this falling behind stuff is killing this team right now.
And it's not on the starting pitching, I think, mostly to give the team the lead. It's on the hitter. Offense has to score some early in the game.
Pitchers can't score.
You can't hang
zeros
every single time. Randy could have been better, but he certainly could have gotten a win in that game yesterday with a normal performing offense. One highlight of the game last night, the broadcasters, as always. I thought one of the most fun moments on television, you had Don and Mud sitting out there in the outfield at the beach, which I don't generally love when they get out from behind the booth, but Mud yelling at Jackson Merrill after his home run robbing catch and finally getting his attention, and Jackson pointing and acknowledging him, I thought was one of the fun moments.
Jackson still didn't look happy, though, with the constant yelling by Mud.
I couldn't help but smiling, and Mud turning off his mic that you could still hear him on the crowd mic.
Of course.
Just screaming at Jackson Merrill. Jackson!
So good.
Jackson! That was cool. And then, of course, you have Jesse Aguilar, who we had to give the challenge of getting both his incorporators since he didn't get his H word in last week. And then we gave him an I word yesterday. He said, yeah, I'll do both of them. Here's the setup from Jesse's appearance yesterday.
Yeah, so we're going to have, if you can, double up tonight. Humgruffin.
By the way, that's how crazy that game was.
I know.
It didn't even occur to me that I forgot.
Yeah.
Like, that's how locked
No,
in
we
that
understand.
It was great.
Sure.
It was
But
great.
now you got to do two. You've got Humgruffin and get to our I word as we go through the alphabet. Paulie, if you would.
Interrobang.
Interrobang. Do you know
Interrobang?
Interrobang. Do you know what an interrobang is, Jesse?
I have no idea what an interrobang is.
I
You
just
don't?
I just texted it to you. It's a combination of an exclamation point and a question mark. So what's
like, are you kidding me?
All right, so we had Humgruffin and Interrobang. And by the way, Interrobang, is that the name of? That should be the name of a band.
Interrobang.
I could see that being the name of a band.
I had a guy, my guy at Channel 10. He said, this is the first time I ever knew what the incorporator word was. He says, I actually knew what an interrobang was.
What a genius.
Well, yesterday we go to the top of the 6th inning, just coming back from break.
Pitch on the way to Bohm, and he takes low and outside, ball one. That's not a fun way to leave a game, particularly when you're swinging the bat as well as Brandon Marsh has been. Got to figure Marsh kind of muttering to himself for sure when he had to come out of that game. Oh, you Humgruffin, you putting that tag down on me like that. Swing and a miss. 2-1 now to Bohm, who had an RBI single his last time up. That made it 4-0, but the Padres were able to have the deficit on the Machado homer in the bottom of the 4th. Feels like a bad way to get injured, too.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch is a strike, 2-2.
I think there's nothing you could do to prevent it at that point. It's just kind of the luck of the draw.
It's one of those, you're telling your teammates about it later, and, they respond with one of those interrobang sentences. You did what? How did you get hurt? He tagged you? Low and outside. 3-2 to Bohm.
Weaved it in. Nobody better.
What?
He did what?
Question mark,
exclamation. Are you blanking kidding me? My favorite.
All in one
50 times a day.
All in one thread, like same paragraph. Got both Humgruffin and Interrobang in talking about Brandon Marsh getting hurt.
Jesse's a legend.
He is amazing.
Yep.
That's the incorporator. We'll have Jesse on Jay next week when he joins us next Tuesday. All right, let's take
real quick. I just wanted to play this since we just talked about it.
TJ, we're nice and warm out here, thanks to you.
Equipment manager extraordinaire. Back goes Jackson Merrill.
Get it, Jackson!
Jackson!
Makes the catch! Jackson! Way to go, kid! Snaps it back, yeah! We see you! You're the man! Woo!
He got up there, man. That was great catch.
And then he turned his mic off and started screaming really loudly. At least he had the courtesy of not leaving the microphone on when he was doing that. But, I thought Don got fooled a couple of times, you would from that perspective, thinking
100%.
a ball was better hit or it was going to bloop in when it never had a chance. And he would have known that from the booth, which is why I'd rather see my broadcasters in the booth. But you do get some interesting different angles and some excitement that you probably would miss when you get to be out with the fans sitting on the outfield wall there at the beach.
I did that one time, and I definitely want to go back and do it again. It was such an elite way to watch a baseball game. Sitting on the wall was so incredible.
I've sat in the left field bleachers there, right on the railing.
The best.
First row. It was some of the most fun I've ever had at Petco Park. It was
so
unbelievable.
Cool. You're super far from home plate.
Doesn't matter.
You don't care.
Nope.
You're right in the
so
action.
much fun.
I don't like when you're in the outfield and a little further back and you can't see the last 10, 15 feet and the balls and the outfielder disappear under you. And you don't know whether they've caught it or it's a home run or something.
It's like being at the sphere. I get it. 100%.
Just got to wait for the crowd reaction.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait, it's gone. He's going back. I don't know. I can't see anything. Let me know what happened. All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, don't do this. An NFL star on the crime blotter yesterday, and a manager taking his own pitcher to task for over-celebrating a strikeout, which almost got overturned. Very close play. We'll get to that coming up next with Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to talk about Trajan Wealth. There's a certain feeling late in a close game. We get it most nights. Everything matters. One bad break can change the outcome. For a lot of people, retirement kind of feels the same way. You've worked hard, you've saved, but the questions keep coming. Will this money last? What happens if the market drops? What about healthcare costs? What does inflation do over the next 10, 20, or 30 years? That uncertainty is real. Trajan Wealth helps people turn that uncertainty into a plan. TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors work with you to build a retirement strategy designed for real life, not just best case scenarios. They're right here in San Diego, offices in Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar. If it's something you've been meaning to look into, start simple. Just visit TRAJANwealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN1 to talk with their team. Again, 1-855-TRAJAN1. Had a guy at work who asked me, are you with Trajan Wealth? I said, absolutely. You can be as well. Just go to TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter. Dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got Brett Boone on a Big League Wednesday coming up in just over 10 minutes. First, Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
Yeah, we got this one. Sounds pretty serious. I mean, they're all serious, but Josh Jacobs, star running back of the Green Bay Packers, arrested Tuesday, booked on several domestic violence charges in Wisconsin, charges of battery, domestic abuse, disorderly conduct, including strangulation and suffocation. That's a felony, and intimidation of a victim. Remains an ongoing investigation. No further information released at this time. Jacobs, through his attorneys, denied the allegations. Quote, Josh vehemently denies the allegations. This matter is in the early stages of investigation with important evidence that has not been made public. We ask for fairness and restraint while the judicial process takes its course. But clearly, serious situation that the Green Bay Packers and the NFL going to be monitoring closely in Green Bay.
It's the NFL.
I'm sure the NFL will
crack down on it,
do all of the right and necessary things.
Correct. Obviously, everybody deserves their day in court, but holy smokes, man. Definitely came out of left field for a lot of Packers fans and football fans yesterday. Benjamin, this was pretty nuts last night. I saw this, and I was unfamiliar with this certain celebration by Abner Uribe, who pitches for the Milwaukee Brewers, struck out Alec Burleson yesterday.
Full count,
turns to the Cardinal dugout and does the 1, 2, 3 crotch chop. Now, it has a name, right? Paulie, what's it called?
I mean, everyone's calling it the chop.
D-Generation X.
I know that as the suck it.
The suck it.
From DX, WWE.
Okay.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, all those guys.
Okay.
That would just, for their celebration with
the DX suck it is what they call it.
It looks a bit lewd. There's some gyration and hip thrusting involved.
I've never heard it referred to as like the chop or whatever they called it, a chop.
Ollie Marmol's face. Oh my God. All right. So, listen, you can go round and round and round about this. I thought it was odd. It's a crazy celebration. It's insane. If somebody did it against me, I'd be furious, right?
Yeah.
That being said, did you guys find it interesting how Pat Murphy handled this situation in the media yesterday?
Yeah, that's unacceptable. Yeah, it's just unacceptable. I don't know what got over him. I mean, he's been an emotional guy, but that kind of thing, that's just not how we do things, and I was embarrassed by it. And why are we doing it? It's 6-0 game. What are we doing there? And there must be something deeper that I don't know about. I love the kid. Believe me, I love the kid. There's so much good in this kid. He's been so great for us in so many ways, but that's unacceptable. So whatever's going on, he can't tolerate that for his teammates and for everything else. It's just not. It's not going to be tolerated. That's all there's to it.
Aired him out pretty publicly.
I don't know that I like that.
I don't think I do either. And I think I know we hated it when it happened to Tatis. Remember, we hated it, right?
I thought this was more pointed than that.
It was very pointed.
But that one was bad.
That was bad.
Was definitely something that Jace Tingler should not have done.
Correct.
But he did. He was a rookie manager.
Yep.
And moved on from it. But
now,
I don't know. That just felt like he was asked a question. He has to answer the question. I think he could have just said, look, I wasn't really a fan. I'm not sure what was going on there. I'm going to speak with him, though, and we're going to address this. That's really all that you needed to say.
Yeah, he really kind of aired him out in public. And again, if you're Abner Uribe, you're like, okay, now I know where you stand, and so does the entire media. He did apologize to his teammates. He did not apologize to the Cardinals because allegedly something was the Cardinals were gesturing that they were going to throw at somebody's head, whatever. And, things can get lost down there on the baseball field when it gets chippy. And he turned and he did it. And it's a very popular celebration in the 2000s or something. I've never
1999.
I didn't know what it was, but a lot of people did.
I mean, any celebration is a physical gesture of some sort. I mean, if he had, pumped his fists 8 times, would they be mad? It's just the way he did it.
It's the way he turned to them and was like,
that was the Cardinals dugout, not his dugout?
No, that was Cardinals dugout.
Right, and that definitely makes a difference.
Ollie standing at the top, just staring at him.
My big takeaway, though, is in the age of ABS,
You better be
have
sure.
to be careful because Burleson challenged,
challenged.
him as he was doing the celebration. And if he got through that celebration and then has to go back on the mound, that is humiliating. That would be humiliating.
It's humiliating.
The ball ticked the bottom of the zone.
I mean, it was barely.
It was a quarter an inch away from being the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, if he had to go back,
that he,
ball four.
Burleson walks to first base, and with the biggest smirk on his face as he walks over. If that pitch was a ball,
oh my God,
it would have been a humiliating moment for Abner Uribe. So keep that in mind, pitchers, when you are celebrating your strike three, because ABS can turn things around real quickly.
I don't think anybody's ever had a problem with the beat your chest as you're walking off the mound. It's fun to strike somebody out, right? I don't think any hitter should, because boy, every hitter these days, they love to stare at it when it goes and do all their bits. And I think it should be equal celebration for pitchers, but that I was like, whoo. Now again,
it is always weird though when a pitcher celebrates in like the fifth inning.
It is.
It's like,
it's
hey,
true.
buddy, settle down.
Yeah,
like
relax.
Brewstar, Gratterall. It's like,
oh my God,
settle down, guy.
Relax,
We still got 4 innings left.
Yeah, 100%. But I actually thought the DDT goes to Pat Murphy, who I love and respect.
I think they both share.
They get a little
DDT.
bit. Okay, that's fair. This will make you smile.
DD mega doo-doo.
There is a player for the Chicago White Sox, and I believe he's a Japanese player.
Yeah,
Ben.
Riku Nishida.
I had never heard of him.
He's new.
He's
prospect.
Okay.
They just brought him up, I think.
They just brought him up. He has thrown out 2 guys at home plate in his first 2 games from right field. He was asked after the game. There was another Japanese right fielder that used to do this quite a lot. Of course, talking about Ichiro.
An Ichiro type.
No, don't compare Ichiro. No. Still heavy, my 51. I want to change my number right now.
All right, pause. So he goes, no. Do not bring up Ichiro. It's still heavy, this number 51. I want to change my number right now. He doesn't even want to wear Ichiro's number.
He said, I hate that they gave me number 51.
Did he say, I hate they gave me? I thought he said it was too heavy. Like, it's heavy. Like, I don't want to carry this.
No, don't compare Ichiro. No. Still heavy, my 51.
Yeah, hate they
I want
gave
to
me
change my
51.
number
Yeah.
right now.
I want to change my number.
Brought your mind with making it way smaller.
No. I'll try my best. No Ichiro. Not like Ichiro. I cannot be like Ichiro.
You channeled your Ichiro, though.
What?
Maybe you channeled him a little bit.
No. I love that. The kid. I watched that interview and I go, who is this guy? I love him. Like, what a great, funny, positive attitude. They gave him 51 when he comes up. He's like,
a lot of respect and humility in Japanese culture.
Yes.
So that's not an atypical response.
No.
But it was funny the way he reacted to being compared to Ichiro.
Don't even.
And it's obviously not because he doesn't like Ichiro.
Right.
It's because he loves Ichiro.
Right.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I love this kid. What's his name?
Ryuki Nishida.
Man, what a he has a hose on him too, and a good arm. 2 guys in 2 games from right field. I mean, lasers he threw in too. Pretty cool. White Sox remain pretty fun team to watch.
And that is Don't and Do This for a Wednesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Now, we will chat with Brett Boone when we come back. I feel like we've covered a lot of the struggling hitting topics with him already.
We have.
But yeah, the psychology of the Steven Souza and where he is right now with a team that's struggling, it's always interesting to me. A Big League Wednesday, Brett Boone, our Odyssey Insider, will join us coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
7 Mile Casino is our card room. It has been for years. I knew it existed kind of in the back of my head many years ago. I had seen it. I had passed it. I had never gone in. My expectations, quite frankly, were on the low side. It's like, how great could it be? It's sitting right there. Then I walked in for the first time and I go, this place is fantastic. Yeah. I mean, you think like, this is sitting right here. If you play cards and you're going anywhere else, I kind of wonder, like, what are you thinking? Like 7 Mile Casino is so convenient and such a great spot.
Yeah, I was with you that day, and we were both kind of blown away and said, well, this makes perfect sense. Had a great lunch that day. They have great food. Played a little California-style blackjack that day, too. You can play Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, and Baccarat as well in a smoke-free environment.
Yep, with windows. It's light. If you go during the day, you can sit on the patio and enjoy the view. of San Diego Bay and Coronado and the Silver Strand. No slot machines, nothing getting in your way if you're a card player. Just sitting down and playing some Texas Hold'em or, again, California-style blackjack, Pai Gow, or Baccarat right off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just, well, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Woods wants to ask Brett Boone about the Abner Uribe situation we just talked about, and don't do this. We will get to that right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
In San Diego, the 805 northbound sluggish with slow spots from the 54 to the 163. The 94 westbound sluggish from Keldon Road to the 5. I'm Sam Tidrick, Odyssey San Diego traffic.
And we're joined right now by Odyssey MLB insider Brett Boone. Brett, the host of the Brett Boone podcast, featuring the most notable names in MLB and around sports every week. Insider calls presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Booney, good morning to you. Good to see you as always.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, Booney. Did you see Abner Uribe last night against the Cardinals with a very exuberant celebration towards the Cardinals dugout? Did you see the celebration?
Who's that?
He is. He pitches. Okay.
Yes,
All right. I'm like, all right, you got me. Now, again,
I see everything, Woodsy.
I know you do. It was nuts, right? We all saw it and went, oh, my God, he's lost his mind. Well, then his manager, after the game, goes to the podium and just airs him out, basically. And I wanted to get your take on that because Booney
can't do that anymore.
Can't air him out or can't celebrate.
Can't. Oh, you can celebrate. We've established that. The horse is out of the barn.
That's right.
When it comes to celebrate. You know, I've come around on it, too.
I know you have.
Come around on it. No, you can't bury him publicly now. How dare we? We've got to treat everybody with kid gloves.
Now, did you get buried publicly
old school?
Ever?
Oh, no, because I wouldn't do something like that. But
Lou Piniella never aired you out for a Booney bat flip?
No. But I'll tell you, he when I was young and I first played for Lou, we had our battles. I mean, me and him almost went to blows a couple times behind the scenes, and he'd say some things in the papers once in a while, and I'd come back and yell at him, "What are you doing going to the?" I always thought as a player, never will I air the dirty laundry publicly with the press. Never. Sure. It doesn't matter a problem I have with anybody. I've got nothing to say. We'll take care of things in house. Yeah, and I heard, I don't think he really buried him publicly. He said he was embarrassed. It's not acceptable. That's not how we do it. I understand it. These are all disciplinary things at more of a college level.
Yeah.
That being said, it's not something that throughout the history of baseball hasn't been addressed. Just in modern times, it really doesn't. I personally think from a staff standpoint, from a manager or a coaching staff standpoint, you take care of that in-house. And the only thing I think with today's game, it is different because it's been established that that type of behavior is acceptable on both sides. I'm not saying the hitters either. I see the hitters doing some things, and I just kind of roll my eyes like, whoa, what's going to happen here? Well, the days of taking care of an eye for an eye on the field have kind of faded, and a lot has to do with the umpires not allowing it to happen. I mean, there's warnings and you'll get kicked out and fined right away. It could be early in the ball game. You can't have your pitcher. Whereas in my day, there wasn't much said. There wasn't a lot of jawing back and forth, nothing in the press. It was, we'll handle things on the field, which is where they should be handled. But in today's game, it's different. The umpires take control, and you really can't handle things in the capacity that we used to do that. That being said, I think that was a little much from a pitcher. Now, you never know the underlying circumstance. You never know the precursor. So I never sit there and judge and say, what's he doing? How dare he, whether it's a hitter or a pitcher, because I don't know the track record. I don't know what's gone on 6 months when nobody else in the cameras weren't watching. So obviously there's something going on with him and the and the Brewers, but I just don't know what it is.
If you're a pitcher, you're kind of supposed to get guys out. So when you strike someone out, to me, it's like celebrating a par on the golf course. Whereas if you're a hitter and you hit a home run, it's more like a birdie or an eagle.
I celebrate every par that I ever get.
Me? Sometimes I'm celebrating bogeys.
Okay, but let's say you're Scotty Scheffler and you're one of the best ever. You shouldn't be out there celebrating fist-pumping pars, but you can if it's a birdie or an eagle. And it's like, you strike a guy out, sure, that's your job. That's what you're supposed to. You have the advantage. You have the ball.
I don't buy that.
I don't know.
Well, all right. I'll give you an example. Early in my career, I come up to the big leagues. I'm just, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I'm happy to have a uni in my locker. I'm just trying to establish myself. And we're facing Oakland A's, and we're facing Dennis Eckersley. And he comes in, and he's Dennis Eckersley. He's a guy I've, grown up watching. I just see him on TV. Now I'm facing him, and whoa, he's just as good as he looks on TV. And he punches me out, and he's shooting me with his finger guns, and I don't like it. But it's like, what am I going to do?
What am I going to do?
What am I going to do about it? I got to hurt him. And when I mean hurt him, I mean I got to get a big hit in a big situation to stop these finger guns. And over the course of my career, and I started flipping my bat in probably early 2000s, and it started off as just a fun thing. But it was like the reason I did it in the first place was I got shot down by a pitcher. And they did it some sort of dance, and it pissed me off to the point of the next time I got him, and I didn't know how to do it, but I kind of flipped my bat, and that's where that started. It was that was my way of getting back at that behavior, and then it became something that was a part of my swing. But I don't know. I just like taking care of business on the field.
Sure.
But when I look at that unless there's something really big that none of us know about, I think Uribe in that position definitely crossed the line. But I think his manager, it's better nowadays just to handle it it's better always to handle it in-house and not air your dirty laundry. There's enough out there in the press that's going to be negative. I think when it comes to that, no matter how angry he was at Uribe, I think that's something you take care of behind closed doors, and you squash it, and whatever discipline he wants to give him, but not for public consumption. That's just my take. But I didn't think it was that bad. What he said.
Talking to Brett Boone on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. I got one for you, Booney.
Yeah, got it.
Last night, Brandon Marsh gets picked off first on a back pick. Ty France tags him and bends his fingers back on the tag. He's out, hurts himself,
Right.
has to go out of the game. Nothing dirty about it. It's just a tag and just happened to be a bad spot. When you, as a big league player, accidentally injure someone, whether it's on a tag or a slide or something like that, how do you feel when that happens? Like, what's your reaction?
I really don't have a feeling.
You don't. You just it's just part of the game.
Depends. And now it depends.
You can compartmentalize that. You don't apologize. You don't say anything.
Well, obviously, if it's a player, if it's a clean play, that's all I care. If it's clean,
no one was mad about it. I don't. For me, it'd be like, man, my instinct would be, oh, I'm sorry, I did that. Like
walking back to his own dugout.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel bad about it.
Absolutely, the human side of me, I don't want to hurt anybody. Well, that's not true. I've wanted to hurt people.
You wanted to hurt Dennis Eckersley.
But for the most part, no. We're out there playing a game, and we're going to play this game hard, and hard sometimes comes with consequences. But no, if I ever injured somebody in any capacity, as long as it was now, if I did something a little, that I shouldn't have done and
aggressive
and hurt him, now I'd feel really bad. But if I just playing hard and everything's clean, that's a part of the game. I've been hurt on plays like that. Other people get hurt. And by the way, there's a lot of respect for playing the game right, doing it right, and injuries happen. There's respect there, and there's no problem from player to player. But yeah, the human side of you, when you see them walking away, you hate to see anybody miss time. This is their livelihood. This is their career. This is how they make their money. And I can't really compartmentalize and really let it affect me. But yeah, the human side of me, of course, it feels bad. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Talking to Brett Boone here on Ben and Woods this morning. Booney, why would anybody ever want to be a hitting coach ever? Who would aspire to be a hitting coach?
That's the craziest job in the world.
Yeah, it's got to be it's the worst job in baseball. It's got to be. Period.
Well, because the thing about it is there's so little you can do. And, the fans get out, well, they should fire him because he's not teaching these big leaguers how to hit. This is not 14U baseball. All you can do as a hitting coach is is be a little part of it. As far as we overemphasize the mechanics of the swing, it's not about the mechanics of the swing. It's about getting your brain in a place to compete at 7 o'clock for 162 games in a row. And it's not about your back leg and your front hip. It's about you're a big league player. You've done this. You're here for a reason. You have technique. It's about getting yourself in a position to compete every night. And some nights that's with my A swing, and some days I got to go with my B swing. Some nights it's survival mode. I got to go with my C swing. But being a pro, being a big league hitter is knowing yourself. All I can do as a hitting coach is create a culture as good as I can and get you in the best position I can inside your brain, which is the most important thing. The mental thing supersedes technique and mechanics tenfold. Simplify when things get tough. Don't make it harder. Make it simpler. Maybe stay out of the cage. Maybe go out in BP, put your feet in the ground, in the grass, interact with your teammates, be boys for a minute, and get out of the analytical, just chasing that perfect swing. And I've got to be perfect in this. Back in 1997, I did this, and then no. That's a thing the mistake people make. They go too far back in their videos. And I did it. I was guilty of it. Let's watch 5 years. Well, I'm not that guy 5 years ago. I'm that guy now. How can I simplify as much as I can, get my mind in the best possible spot I can to go out and compete on a nice nightly basis? And I can't overemphasize enough. Before the game, you'll know that. Take that into the game and compete, because you might get something done. You go with that A swing and it's not working, that's an automatic 0 for 4. But that B swing might give me a couple hits. I might hit a sac fly tonight, help my team win a game. Good thing with the Padres is they're scuffling. They're last in offense, but they're winning games. They're playing defense. They're pitching. And who would have thought with Pivetta and the Musgrove situation, Marquez going down, the fact that they're holding it together at this level, pretty darn impressive. Because I watched Manny and I watched Tatis last night, and Manny hit the homer, his 9th homer of the year. But, I saw his next at bat when he walked. It was the most grinding Manny I've ever seen. You can tell he's like, I've got to get this. I saw Tatis hanging slider, hit a mediocre fly ball to left, but you can feel that, man, they're really grinding in there. Like Tatis, this is weighing on him now, no homers.
Yep.
And I saw the look in his eye, and it's a different look. It wasn't that, I just missed one. It was like, I want so bad to start doing well and hit a homer, get the monkey off his back. So there is an urgency there, but less is better. And when these times hit, man, if you can simplify and have that simple approach, things are going to be better. Because when these times and you're not swinging and you're last in offense and everybody's asking you about it, the tendency is to go the other way and just overanalyze everything. And really, that'll get you in a lot of trouble.
It's great stuff, man. Absolutely great stuff.
Quickly, Boone, Brett, I just want to know, how do the mechanics work as a hitting coach? Like before the game, do you set a schedule for the guys? Do you wait for them to come up to you and say, hey, I'd like to do extra velo work, or I'd like to do extra soft toss? How does that work before the game?
Well, everybody kind of has their own thing. Once again, I try not to get too much. I like the guys to hit together. Everybody, today's game, I've got my warm-up plan. Well, how about you warm up with 2 other guys?
Sure.
So we have a little dialogue, and we talk about other things other than your swing and how your back shoulder and this angle and the velo and the vert. Gosh, it bogs you down. Sometimes you just got to hit. You got to hit. You got to talk to other guys while you're hitting and watch other guys that might be swinging good right now. Go. You'll learn more from that than sitting on a computer and overanalyzing everything. So I would have a different approach. If it's Marcus Semien, we're going to sit down before the game. We're going to go over a game plan for him. But that's different than it's going to be for Evan Carter, who's younger, doesn't have the experience, doesn't have the history with the pitcher facing tonight. So we're going to have a little bit of a different approach. We're going to talk about it. When the game starts, it's over. Now we have our game plan. We go ahead and put that into play. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. But if you have a game plan, you don't waver. You stick to your game plan over 100. You can be individually, not collectively, but you individually. You just got to find out what that game plan is for the individual. And that's what I used to do on the daily with different players. Different answers for different players, different approaches for different players, but everybody's unique, and you got to find what works for you. That's what That's what's called being a real successful big leaguer is, finding out you and what works for you.
Good stuff, Boney. We will talk to you again next Wednesday. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Odyssey Insider Brett Boone, brought to you by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Padres do that a lot. Kevin Acey wrote about it this morning. They get together, hitters get together. They talk about, things and what's going on and how they can try to get out of it. They take early BP together to try to figure it out. They seem to be a big believer in Brett Boone's strategy. Like collectively, they have a better chance of figuring out what's going wrong than just sitting individually and trying to tinker with their own swings. Has it been working lately? Not really, but that seems to be the approach the Padres have taken, Woods.
Yeah, no doubt. And like Booney said, man, it's incredibly hard, different answers for different players, and the overanalyzation of anything can just kill you. It can. It's so helpful to know, but keeping it simple, man, it's a kind of a rule for life. Don't overcomplicate things, and I think that's what they've been doing right now.
All right, coming up in our third hour, we've got some Take on Woods ahead. We can go through Major League Baseball with our MLB reach around, and I got a surprise text from a Padres insider. Last night. Nice. I'll tell you why and who. Coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
right, we are halfway home on a Wednesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reinl, executive producer of the program. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. And we haven't smiled in here all morning. It's been really weird.
Yeah, it's been very
serious quiet, serious sports radio-y. You know?
There you go. I can smile for you.
I don't like it.
That looks fake.
I know. It does.
Fake as hell.
In our YouTube stream during the break, I see Marco Mejia in our chat says, good morning. It's my 44th birthday. Can I get a shout out from Ben, the machine? Marco, happy birthday.
F you, Marco, from me. And
doesn't
Paul.
want a shout out from you or
birthday.
Paul, just wants one from me.
Hope it's terrible.
Hope you stub your toe, Marco.
I do want to thank everybody who logs in to our YouTube stream every morning.
Mostly
We love however you consume Ben and Woods, whether it's on the radio, the Odyssey app, our YouTube stream. You can listen later in podcast form. But YouTube stream holds a special place in our hearts. And I believe we've got a gold member stream coming up later this week as well. Stay tuned for your details. Tomorrow night, I believe. So, yeah, for our gold members, you get the monthly no holds barred YouTube member stream that we do once a month.
Is that your nickname, by the way, the machine?
The machine. I don't know. I've never been called the machine.
Albert Pujols and Ben Higgins.
A lot of similarities there. The machine.
You don't give yourself nicknames, but Marco has given me the nickname the machine. So,
I mean, it's pretty solid.
Better than the robot, which you call me sometimes.
And Paul does too.
Yeah.
And our audience, because sometimes you can be
but a machine is similar to a robot.
That's
a robot
true.
is a machine.
The robot is a machine.
So there is at least a tangent related nickname there.
The machine. I like it. Ben the Machine Higgins. We got another Marco to say hello to, Marco DeLeo, who's been a tier one for a long time and heard my grousing about the Zyn shortage. Well, not shortage, the government cracking down on the flavored Zins. And he mailed me a bunch this morning, but he also threw in a book. He wrote a book. And it's very thin, but it's called One Bolt at a Time. And it is, I could probably read this.
Well, let me read the back cover.
I may actually be able to read this book.
Here's the back cover.
If you can't read this, Paulie, we have a problem. It's 16 pages long. You can do this.
It's not that I can't read
for a book.
It's a perfect length for a book.
I don't like to read, but I could probably go cover to cover on this 16-page book.
Marco says, if I can get one from Steve and Paulie, that would be awesome. Happy birthday, Marco. We love you, Dad. Don't call me Steve, by the way. It's very weird.
Here's the back jacket for you. Eli Jackson is a restless kid with a wild mind and nowhere to put it until he steps into his grandpa Joe's garage. There, among socket wrenches and rusted engines, Eli finds more than a project car. He finds focus, purpose, and a bond that will help shape him for life. As they restore an old Chevelle together, Eli learns that fixing things and becoming someone takes time, heart, and patience. And when the time comes to stand on his own, he'll carry everything Grandpa taught him, one bolt at a time.
It's fantastic. It's a life lesson. I'm going to read this to my son tonight. Now, read what he wrote on the inside, Ben, because this is really sweet.
Inscription from the author, handwritten from Marco here. To Ben, the true sportsman of San Diego and always the voice of reason. You bring perspective, passion, and authenticity. San Diego is better because of you.
Wow.
Signed, Marco.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
Mine says, to Woods, thank you for always representing the normal dudes. So normal. In a world full of noise, ego, and people pretending to have it all figured out, you've always brought honesty, honor, and authenticity. You remind people that being real still matters and that sometimes the strongest voice is the one that sounds the most human. Touch my heart. Very, very kind, Marco. Thank you for
You should be a writer, Marco.
Yeah, you should write it. Marco, you should write a book.
Marco wrote, to Paul, thank you for always being on top of the drops. You somehow always know. Your consistency, timing, and dedication are legendary. Honestly, even Howard Stern would probably want you on his team.
Unbelievable compliment from Marco. Marco, can you send us more gifts and stuff? Because you really made us feel better on a day that we got upset about a baseball game.
Marco, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give you my phone number.
Yeah.
I'm just going to need a text every morning with a compliment.
Keep up the good work. What a very beautiful sentiment and very kind. Thank you.
And I don't know if you can go into Barnes and Noble and find this, but it is really published. There's like a QR code on the back.
I got a hardcover.
Oh, you got a hardcover.
I got the
I got the paperback edition. So
beautiful.
But thank you, Marco. Appreciate it.
I've never had a book I could read between commercial breaks before.
You were a
And
speed
finish.
reader,
Yeah,
so
I
you
can get
could
through this thing in
actually
30
get
seconds.
through the whole thing in a commercial break.
I love it. He's like, I'm going to write a book. And then I'd get like 4 chapters in and be like, I'm going to wrap it up. That's it. That's all I can do.
Well, it
It's so
sounds like
good.
he did that, and then he said, all right, publish it.
Publish it. Put it out there. Sweet man. Thank you so much for that, Marco. Very, very kind gesture from you this morning.
So I mentioned I got a text from a Padres insider just out of the blue last night. And I don't get texts from him very often, but AJ Cassavell
love
from
AJ.
MLB.com sent me a tweet. I actually had resent my own tweet to myself from this weekend. It was from Sunday when I had posted.
He sent you
one
of your tweets.
One of my tweets. I said, well, that's odd. But then he commented. So I had tweeted over the weekend, or maybe it was Saturday. So I was watching the Padres game with my son, Jack. And I say, got to tip my cap to my son, Jack, who called yard on that very pitch to Laureano. It was when Ramon Laureano, not last night's home run, but the one he hit over the weekend. And then I Ben-splained. I said, yard is a game I learned in the press box in the early 2000s. You get 1 pitch per game to call a home run. Success is rare because you can only say yard once during the game. And if you miss, then you miss. But if you get it right, that's that's a huge accomplishment. To pick the very pitch a ball is going to leave the yard, incredibly difficult to do. And AJ texted and corrected me. He said, not true. Yard in its current iteration was invented in 2012. And I will trust AJ on this. My timeline may have been off, but AJ is I would say, at least West Coast expert on the game of yard at Petco Park. You'll find him in the press box almost every single night playing the game at least once. You get your chance to call yard. And I said, I don't think I've ever successfully called yard on the pitch for a game like that.
I've done it in my brain.
Yeah, but you have
Nobody
to say it out
believes
loud.
me.
No one believes you. You have to say it out loud, and it has to be heard by other people. And he said he believes the single season record of 5.
Wow.
In 2019, he said he had just this weird connection with Franmil Reyes.
Yeah.
And he got 3 or 4 of Franmil's right on the exact pitch that he hit a home run this year. But if you want to play the game, if you're with a bunch of friends, you go to a lot of games, it is interesting because that particular game, I was sitting watching it with my son, and Ramon Laureano took I think it was a 2-2 pitch, and it was 3-2. And I said, his last at bat, Laureano struck out, completely missed a changeup right down the middle. And then my son just goes, yard, just out loud right before the next pitch. And 3 seconds later, Ramon Laureano hits one over the fence in left field. And I was going, wow, I think that's the only time you've done it all season. You're 1 for 1, which is an incredible accomplishment.
I feel like there should be a cash prize for it, but
There
there's
should be
not.
some sort of pot. In the press box, I think they can do like a $1 pot thing and can build up. I don't go to the press box or sitting there for the whole game.
So you're in there
like I used to.
and you'll just hear someone go yard.
Yeah.
And then they miss it. And they put $1
then you're
in.
done for your day, and
Okay.
then you wait until the next game
All
to
right.
have another chance to win the game of yard.
Not the easiest team to call yard on.
This year,
No.
especially not. No.
Not even close by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, it's hopefully they get it going against Christopher Sanchez today. I asked Ben when he got in, I go, well, what time's the game? Is it a day game? He goes, yeah, it's 1:10. I go, oh, too bad. Means I have to watch it.
He's nasty.
He's nasty.
Purple says Ben got Ben-splained. A little bit, yeah, by AJ Cassavell.
Vincent says, what's next? Recipes? Back to the sports. We were just literally talking about sports. It's a game about home runs. Paulie, your wife makes chicken divan, right? That chicken and broccoli she has. Can you give me the recipe live on the air for me and Vincent and anybody else listening right now? See if you can get that for me because I'm interested in that.
That's a casserole, a chicken and broccoli
chicken,
casserole.
broccoli, cheese. It's fantastic.
So good.
We are still struggling with dinner time in our home every night. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want? What do you guys want? I don't know. What do you want? Quesadilla? Shocker. I'm not going to have a quesadilla for 7 nights in a row. What do you want? What can I make? Should I make something? Did you go to the store? No, I didn't go to the store. Did you go to the store? No, I haven't. Should we just order groceries? No, that's lazy. Just order something in.
You've had more trouble with this over the years. You've done meal prep services. You've done takeout. You've done all kinds of different solutions, and none of them has really ever completely satisfied.
The only one that I think will ever work is everyone's on their own. Eat whatever you want. You're on your own. You got to make
tough
it
with like a 5-year-old.
It is tough, but you figure it out, or you starve. Right? It's
survival of the fittest.
Survival
Taylor.
of the fittest.
Figure it
man.
out.
Like if you're gonna eat goldfish for dinner, okay, but like I'm not making you anything. Your mom's not. I'm not making you anything, sweetheart, and you're not making me. I'm gonna make my meal, and you got everyone's on their own.
You have to provide food. For
I'll
your
go
children.
get the food. I'll get the food, but you guys are gonna have to make it at this point.
What if you want something complex, like
who? My
your
5-year-old?
Yeah, I'd like a tuna noodle casserole.
He likes quesadillas.
You're gonna make him make it himself.
If I were him, I'd learn how to make a quesadilla. Drag the chair over the microwave or the pan, whatever.
You can't make a quesadilla in the microwave,
You
can you?
Yeah, in a pinch, you can.
Really?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, melt the cheese on a tortilla, and
Not great, but it's
Ben, how hungry are you?
The tortilla gets all chewy. And
how hungry are you?
unpleasant.
How hungry are you? Are you willing to do what it takes to survive?
Are you willing to let your 5-year-old use the stove
at this point
on
yes.
his own?
At this point, I
Really?
am. Yeah, I am. We're at our wits' end.
That seems like an unwise parenting decision.
Well, one of
possibly
many.
dangerous.
I learned at 5 how to make grilled cheese sandwiches on the stove.
Really?
100%.
Like fully buttered.
Fully
and-
buttered fried egg sandwiches too. Yeah, man.
5?
Yeah. 5 years old. My nanny
Really?
taught me.
Did you
Yep.
need a stool to get up to the
stool, spatula?
Wow.
Boom. 5 years old, making my own sandwiches. Swear to God.
You burn yourself?
No.
I still burn myself
No,
all the time.
I never burn myself. Sometimes I would leave the spatula in the pan and you grab it and it's a little warm, but you do that a couple times, you learn.
I was reheating, I don't know what it was, slice of pizza the other day in our oven because I don't like reheating
Sure.
things in the microwave. The bread gets all chewy. So I put it in the oven or the air fryer. And when I reach in, I invariably hit the top or the bottom with my hand as I'm reaching it out. I cannot. And then I.
You ever hear of an oven mitt?
Yeah, I
mean,
should probably
it's
do
a
that.
Great solution. One
I
that I
feel
was
like I
taught when I was
shouldn't.
5.
I feel like I shouldn't need that to
Just
pull out a
kinda-
piece of foil, but somehow I always end up bouncing my finger off the top or the bottom.
Edgar says, "Why have a kitchen if it's not used?" I'm not going to. I cook. I make meals. But here's what happens: I make the meal. My wife goes, "I don't want that," and then my 5-year-old goes, "I don't want that," and my 7-year-old goes, "I'll do it. I'll eat it." All right, cool. Is he 8? He's 8. I'll eat it. So me and him, and then the wife and the 5-year-old get mad because I didn't make them anything. But I said, I did make this. You guys are just choosing not to eat it. But we don't want that. Okay. You're on your own.
You're like, I'm not putting out a menu where
Again,
you pick and choose.
It's not a diner.
This is what we're having
This is
for
what
dinner.
we did. We've lost some of that in translation over the years. And that's what drives me nuts. So it's still our number one family problem. It's not anything else other than food and dinner. It's a nightmare.
I'm sure it happened. I'm sure it did. I don't recall really ever putting up a fight with dinner. It was just my mom
I don't
made
either,
whatever
dude.
she made. That's what we ate.
Yeah. It's
And
what you
I
ate.
guess I liked everything she made. You know, she wasn't like making some weird experimental dinners or
Yeah.
anything. It was the standard stuff, but I never like, even if it was like, I don't want mac and cheese, I want this or you know,
Right.
whatever. Like it's just, that was what we were eating that night.
Yeah, you
And
ate
you
it.
ate it.
You ate it. That's exactly right. There's not a menu here. This isn't a diner. I'm not a short order cook with the little bell that you ring. Order up.
I think ultimately youth is still wasted on the young.
It is.
Because if you had the perspective that someone was willing to make you a meal and you didn't have to do anything, all you had to do is sit down and eat it.
Oh my God.
Hey, at our age, that would be just like heaven.
It wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter what it is.
I think the
Like,
thing that Hannah and I, when we butt heads, because she does this, like she'll be like, I don't care. Just cook something and I'll eat it. So I do. And she's like, oh, no, I don't want ground beef and rice again. I'm like, oh, God.
We'll have the arguments when we are deciding to order out, and it's just okay. Well, what do you want?
Yeah,
like,
then
what
that's
are you
another
in the
problem.
mood for?
What do you want?
Because it's not that my wife is picky; she just has a more particular craving. Usually,
That's
like,
code for picky, but yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the guy that's like, I don't care. I just need to know like what cuisine, even like where
me
to
the-
begin. Are
give
we
me the
doing
country of
Italian,
origin here.
Mexican,
Right.
Chinese? Like what do you want to eat? Because I will find something on any menu anywhere we decide, but I don't want to pick tacos if you're like, oh, I wanted chicken
pizza,
or,
right?
whatever.
It's a nightmare, dude. This kid, I made chicken breasts in the oven the other night, just baked, little seasoning on them, whatever. And I sit it down. He goes, Taylor goes, I don't want this. I don't like chicken. I go, you literally eat chicken. He goes, no, I like chicken, like chicken nuggets. I go, what this is what's inside of that. No, I don't want it. Flipped out, cried the whole bit. I'm like, it's the same thing. It's just I didn't bread it, but it's what you bite into is that white part.
Okay,
that's what
now
you see.
Let's not be dishonest. Chicken breast and chicken nuggets are not the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's chicken.
Not the same
It is.
thing
It's
at all.
chicken. It's
But
just breaded.
You have to realize, even as an adult, what you like about the chicken nugget is the fried part, not the chicken.
I guess,
part.
but like this
So
is
if you're
really
taking away the good part of a food, you've made it into a completely different food.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like saying baked potatoes the same as French fries. It's not.
It's
I
not.
get it.
I
But
don't
it is
feel like
but it is the same.
I don't feel like a grilled chicken sandwich is too much different from a fried chicken sandwich.
True. Yeah, it's chicken at the end. Just eat it. Shut your pie hole. How about that?
Yeah, but let's
Doesn't
not
really work.
let's not pass off one thing as another.
That's fair. I was
It's
trying.
it's a different thing.
I was trying at my very best, but didn't work. It happens.
Is the fact, because I know you're a big fan of Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was.
Yeah. But was it because of the extensive menu where like no matter what, everyone's getting something they want here?
I don't think I've ever taken them there. But even when I went, I always got the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. I went there for the cheesecake, not for the cuisine, right? But no,
Because I just try to think like a lot of those places like BJ's, Cheesecake Factory, it's like those are usually the safest places to pick if you're ordering out or whatever. Because you're like,
there's so much.
you want
But I always
seafood, you
believe
got
that
it. You want
There's
pasta,
no way you
they
can
got
do
it.
that many things
Good.
well.
Yeah, I
if
know,
you're
exactly.
having such an extensive menu.
Also true.
I'd rather go somewhere like In-N-Out that only does one thing,
Yeah.
but they do it really well. You already know
you
what you're
can't eat it 7 nights a week. Though.
No,
My
of
kids
course not.
crush In and Out.
Yeah.
They would go every night.
And that always sounds good. Even when you haven't had it in a while, you're like,
Yep.
all right, well, I have to go get it because I have to eat it immediately after they give it to me. And do I really want to sit in the line for 35 minutes? Not really.
Yeah, it's a nightmare every single night. I look forward to the nights I have like baseball practice where Hannah's like, okay, I'll just feed Taylor and you and Bo are on your own. I'm like, oh, yes. Maybe that's the way to do it. Divide and conquer. She makes her and Taylor food and I make me and Bo food.
And that's
Doesn't seem right, but
no. And that's a lesson to all of San Diego. Don't say you don't want recipe talk because then
You're gonna
that's
get it.
exactly what you're going to get.
you're going to get it real good.
from Ben and Woods.
That's right.
Oh, we got a nice comment here. Man, people are just Padres got everybody in a mood.
Yeah, everyone's in a mood. It's fine.
This
You got to
is,
realize it's not our fault.
Maybe pretend like you're the dad, and just tell your kids what's for dinner.
Yeah,
Have
good
you
luck.
considered that?
Yeah,
Woods?
I do it all the time. And I can't raise my voice anymore about food. I just, at some point, I get it. I get what he's saying. He's not terribly wrong. But in order to have a peaceful house and life, it can't be a fight all the time as he's growing out of this phase of like just eating two things. And I know
he's also 5 years
he's
old.
5. The other thing I know is he will grow out of it. He's not going to be 18. I just want a quesadilla. It's not going to happen. It won't. It can't. So yes, I've tried that, man. I'm pretty forceful about things at home.
I had a very
pick your
I had a
battles.
very picky eater until about 15, and now he'll eat anything.
Right.
So
there you go.
You just
It's
sometimes
all
it's
a
just
phase.
patience.
For sure.
All right. When we come back, it is time for Take on Woods. We got 2 categories left this week: music or TV. Your chance to qualify for the $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas. Call now, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Dial it up. This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now and mention radio for a free month of pool service, and we'll be back with Take on Woods next year on 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, though, let me tell all of our beloved Tier 1s out there, if you're in the market for a new automobile, check out my friend Manny Sedano at Sedano Ford in La Mesa. The Memorial Day savings still happening for the rest of the month. Local veteran-owned dealership. Also, pretty cool thing that he's doing right now. He's opened up Ford employee pricing to everyone. That means you listening right now from now until the end of the month. So you pay what the employees pay, like at their cost. Honest, transparent, pretty cool. Just putting you in the car or truck of your dreams. They got a lot to choose from down there, but let's highlight a couple here. The 2026 Ford F-150, just $478 a month with only $1,000 down, or you can get into the versatile Ford Maverick XL for an unbelievable $369 a month. And listen, the crowds could be there looking at the new cars, but you can check everything out at SedanoFord.com. But if you're in the area, highly recommend stopping by their dealership in La Mesa. Support a veteran-owned business that actually stands for something. I've had so many people reach out lately. They bought their car or truck from Sedano Ford. They've all been elated. So let them know Woodsy sent you down there. They'll take care of you. All details again at SedanoFord.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Well, guess I'm Ben Woods here on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we'll be sitting down for an Epic Wings, Epic Padres roundtable with Uncle Teddy.
They don't like wings either, so don't ask.
Coming into studio.
You should see my DMs right now. Like, bro, I'm with you 100%. Oh, my God, this is every night in my house. I love it. People can't get enough of Taylor's cuisine talk. It's really just
my cheese sucks.
Every day my cheese sucks. One of the greatest lines in Ben and Wood's history. My wife handed him a cheese. He did not like that Baby Bell, or he wanted the Baby Bell, one of the two, and he threw it across the room. And he goes, "Every day my cheese sucks." And it was legendary.
As a parent who has gone through this before, there's no better feeling than when your kid finds something they like, and you are like, "Oh,
well, then you overkill it."
But then all of a sudden, one day, they don't like it anymore.
It's so wild,
and
dude.
it is like one of the most devastating things that you can experience as a parent. But
you guys love watermelon. As I'm holding a 400-pound watermelon that I'm about to slice and dice.
They're like, not anymore.
You ate it yesterday.
That was yesterday. I don't like it anymore.
You guys crushed. No, we don't like watermelon now. I'm like, in 24 hours, you both conspired and agreed, hey, let's tell the old man, let's try to kill him today. I know. Hey, you know what I know Dad's doing today after work? I know he's going to get watermelon.
Hey, Taylor, you know that vein on the side of his neck that pops out?
Let's see if we can make his head explode tonight. So good, dude. My dad would do it too. You guys like these granola bars? Yeah, cool. Here's 600 of them. You're like, whoa. Not like this. It was the worst. It's so funny. He's just trying his best. I have so much sympathy for my dad now and all the crap we put him through because of what my kids do. I mean, it is truly, truly insane and very relatable if you look at our chat right now. Oh, man.
All right, before we do anything else, we got a contestant on the line. It is time for today's game of Take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. Wood said we didn't have any Smiles this morning, but we do have Miles as our contestant here on Take on Woods. Good morning, Miles.
Morning.
Thank you for the fake laugh. Appreciate it. And for that, Going to give you a chance to qualify for our grand prize $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas. Little build your own Vegas vacation. And $500 goes a long way right now at the Westgate because of their breakaway from fees package, including a $75 daily dining credit, 2 day spa passes, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, $0 resort fees, and special rates starting at $89 a night at westgatelasvegas.com. All right, just 2 categories left for you this week, either music, One Thing, Two Thing, all 2-second songs with the word thing in the title, or TV, straight A's, 5 TV shows with one-word titles beginning with the letter A. So do you want the music or the TV, Miles?
Let's do TV.
TV, straight A's. All right, we've got 5 TV shows with one-word titles beginning with the letter A. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question's our 2-second TV theme song. Paulie will play it for you. You need to identify the show. You first, Wood second. You beat or tie him. Into the drawing for Vegas you go. Miles, you ready to play?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Again, one-word titles with letter A at the beginning, straight A's. Your time begins when Paul plays our TV theme song. Good luck, Miles. Let's take on Woods.
There's a new girl in town and she's looking good.
Yep.
Jennifer Garner was a breakout star in which J.J. Abrams created spy thriller that debuted on ABC in 2001.
Yep.
Donald Glover created and starred in which critically acclaimed FX series about Ernest Marks and Paperboy Miles. Correct. Which 1980s CBS series centered on a supersonic stealth helicopter and its team's Cold War missions?
18.
Incorrect. Adam Reed created which long-running animated FX series about a volatile secret agent and his dysfunctional colleagues?
Oh. Next.
Go back to our 2-second theme song.
There's a new girl in town and she's
We only got one. We got Atlanta. That was Alice. That was the show about the diner in the 70s with Linda Lavin. Jennifer Garner, Alias. Airwolf, the helicopter show. I know A-Team was a lot of answers in the chat, but that was Airwolf on the 1980 CBS series, and Archer on FX. So
tough.
That was a tough category today. TV not Woods' forte either, so who knows? Hang on the line, Miles. We'll see if your score holds up. Got a TV category for you today. So we'll have music on Friday.
Sounds good.
60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins with our 2-second TV theme song. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Miles.
There's a new girl in town and she's looking good.
Jennifer Garner was a breakout star in which J.J. Abrams created spy thriller that debuted on ABC in 2001. Donald Glover created and starred in which critically acclaimed FX series about Ernest Marks and Paperboy Miles?
Atlanta?
Correct. Which 1980 CBS series centered on a supersonic stealth helicopter and its team's Cold War missions?
Airwolf?
Correct. Adam Reed created which long-running animated FX series about a volatile secret agent and his dysfunctional colleagues?
The American?
Incorrect. Good guess. Let's go back to our 2-second song.
There's a new girl in town and she's looking good.
No idea.
Jennifer Garner was a breakout star in which J.J. Abrams created spy thriller that debuted on ABC in 2001.
10 seconds.
Anna's Taint.
No, I think that's all you're getting then. But you did win 2-1.
What was that one?
That was Alias.
Alias.
Yeah, you get the A. You started to get the A's.
Yes.
Atlanta, Airwolf. Archer was the animated show on FX.
Archer.
And that was the theme song for Alice.
Alice. Damn it.
Linda Lavin as the waitress. Flo. Kiss My Grits.
Kiss My Grits, yeah.
Mel, the diner owner and chef.
Yeah, I don't remember that one from
55
48 years ago.
Saw that one in syndication probably 1,000 times growing up.
When did that show first air?
It was
1948?
in the 70s, but when I was growing up, it was like in syndication. So you'd like come home from school and
Did I win?
Alice, you did 2-1.
Oh,
yeah, tough
yes.
Straight A's.
1976 to 1985.
Yeah.
So literally,
Alice.
it started.
Didn't you play outside when you were a
50
kid? You were
years ago.
sitting at home watching
I watched
Alice.
a lot of syndicated television.
August 31st of this year will 50th anniversary of Alice.
I was
pretty good show,
outside
actually.
riding my, what did you call those things? Remember it wasn't a tricycle.
Scooters?
No, remember it was like
Unicycle?
No, not a unicycle. It was the thing you sat in with the three wheels.
Oh,
and you know what
big wheels.
Big wheel, yes.
Big wheels, trike.
I was
big
out
wheels, trike.
tearing that up. Ben's inside reading
Alice.
TV Guide, watching Alice. I don't even think my grandparents watched Alice when I was a kid.
Come on, Alice was a
think
good
so.
show.
Yeah, it probably was.
Alice, Flo, Vera,
Yeah.
Mel.
All right.
Come
Yeah, I
on.
remember Mel. Was it Mel's Diner?
Mel's Diner, yeah.
Fair enough.
In Phoenix, set in Phoenix,
Big wheels.
Arizona.
God, there's nothing like a big
Oh, yeah.
wheel.
Big wheels were great. I had big
Legit.
wheels, yeah.
I wore a hole through mine in the time.
Really?
Yeah, because I
Wow.
rode it so much. They were made out of plastic, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you would try to skid, and
Yeah.
next thing you know, you look down, you're like, oh, the fat wheel on the back's got a big hole in it.
Big flat driveway was great.
So
Elite
good.
for the big wheels.
God, those were
Had
great.
technology evolved yet where you guys had any of the like motorized little big wheels?
No, that came out when I had younger cousins, and you'd show up at their house on Christmas, like, oh, cool, he's got a BMW.
They got
and
a Hummer or a
and-
Jeep
yeah.
that drives around
Probably-
the yard.
They last for like 45 minutes, dude. That's it. I'm like, what'd you spend on that thing? They're like, it was like $600. I'm like, 45 minutes. That thing, it never worked. Past
Now
Christmas.
the kids all have e-bikes, and
Yeah,
it's
dude.
basically they just go wherever they want.
My favorite part of the e-bike now is them all doing tricks on it. And I don't want to be as a father, I get very nervous because I want to stop them and tell them, hey, somebody somewhere loves you. You don't need to be standing up on your e-bike going
Dude.
50 miles an hour, man. I don't know you, but I don't need your head splattered all over the ground. Please be careful.
My wife and I, we were driving through
Oh.
like Solana Beach last week, and we were on the coast, and you could see these kids. There was like 5 or 6 of them, teenagers on the e-bikes, and they were weaving through traffic,
wheelies,
and
Oh.
yeah, they weren't just cruising in the bike lane,
Right.
you know. And I found myself a little bit conflicted because, I'm almost 36. I'm becoming that old guy that's like, hey, you kids, stop, being kids. But I go, I can't fault them too much because I know for a fact if they had those e-bikes when I was 14, 15, 16 years old, I would have been riding them around with my friends like absolute idiots.
Like a lunatic.
So it's a little bit of a,
It's hard for me
wanting
too,
kids
yeah.
to be kids, but also like, dude, you almost got hit by 4 cars just now.
I just want to tell them, like, just remind them, please be careful, man. Somebody loves you.
Yeah.
And there's one on the back of the other, and I'm like, oh my God, it's getting out of control. I was watched this pediatrician said number one cause of head injuries for kids is those. So please be careful out there.
Scary.
Kids. I love you. I need you around.
All right, quick timeout. With ball or MLB reach around coming up next
Yes.
with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, excited to tell you about SDFatLoss.com. Yes, I am excited about it because I want you to be successful in your weight loss journey the way I was. You can lose up to 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days, up to a pound of fat per day with no injections, no exercise necessary, just by following the SDFatLoss.com plan. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days. Other programs can pause hunger. The shots can do that as well. But this program rewires habits. You're going to actually learn better habits that they're going to stick after 2 months. You kind of get into a new mode, change your metabolism like I did. You're not stuck on the injections, which are expensive and endless. If you want to keep the weight off, plus you're going to lose muscle, not fat. You want to lose fat. With SDFatLoss.com, you will. You'll be accountable. Absolutely. I mean, it's a real program. You're going to eat better, but it's going to be real foods. It's not shakes or bars or prepackaged meals, just real stuff like chicken, steak, vegetables. Eat in the right times and the right portions. You're going to lose the weight like I did and then keep it off. I've kept my weight off for 3 years. So set up your free consultation right now by going to SDFatLoss.com. And if you sign up for the program, take $200 off during their spring special. Don't wait any longer. Do it today. Go to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Sometimes feel like all of San Diego just wants to fatten us up like a Thanksgiving turkey at times.
I swear to God, it happens all the time.
It does
And
happen.
I'm
a
so
lot.
appreciative, but I'm also.
Yeah.
How did you gain all the weight?
Well, I'll tell you. Because next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday is National Donut Day. So, why would you be gaining weight 10 days before National Donut Day?
So my buddy Jake, who works for the Salvation Army, used to be on our assignment desk at Channel 10, just had him bring up a whole box of donuts
There it is.
because he has an ulterior motive. They're celebrating National Donut Day on the USS Midway next Friday. Free admission from noon to 2 with free donuts as well. Fun activities aboard the historic ship. So he got his mention. We got a whole box of donuts that I now have to try to resist and probably won't for the last hour and 15 minutes of the show. So thank you very much for that, Jake.
Thanks, Jake. Hard K on him, dude. Thanks, Jake.
Jake.
Thank you very much for that.
Like, why don't you celebrate Salad Day? National Smoothie Day, maybe.
National Protein Day.
It's always pizza, donuts.
Yeah, hot wings. I mean, God, this is crazy.
I mean, we like these things.
They smell so good. They smell so good.
Tough to resist.
Imagine working in a donut shop. One for you, one for me. One for you, one for me.
One for you,
Just
two more for me.
Getting high on my own supply. How much did you make last month? Actually, I'm in, what's the bad one? The red? I'm in the red. A few grand.
I think the real trick is, what's the worst thing we'll promote for free food? Like,
yeah, what's the worst? the worst food?
No, I mean, if you bring good enough food,
you'll get promoted.
You're gonna probably get promoted, which is wrong. I get it, but we feel like someone does something nice for us. We need to say something and thank them because we're normal human beings who like to thank people for doing nice things for us. But at the same time, we know why you're doing it. You want us to mention your thing on the air. We get it. It's not you're not being coy about it.
No, it's exchange for goods and services.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's inappropriate,
It smells
actually.
good.
But
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we fall for it just about every single time.
Every time.
All right, let's check traffic. Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com, and then we'll go through our MLB reach around next on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
In San Diego, the 805 northbound sluggish and stretches from the 54 to the 52, the 163 southbound slow from the 8 to the Zoo, then clear to the 5. I'm Sam Fitbrick, Odyssey, San Diego traffic.
This traffic report is brought to you by local and veteran-owned Manny Sedano Ford. San Diego, shop local this Memorial Day at Sedano Ford. This veteran dealership is offering Ford employee pricing to everyone. Lease a 2026 F-150 for $478 a month with $1,000 down, or a Maverick XL for only $369. Visit SedanoFord.com for details.
They're doing the reach around. They're doing the reach around. Everybody's doing the reach around. A look around Major League Baseball begins in the National League West. Dodgers get Kike Hernandez back. He hits a home run and then is once again injured, leaving with an injured oblique. Actually said that he hurt himself in batting practice, but was too embarrassed to say anything. Thought he could gut it out during the game. Did hit the home run, but couldn't go any longer and is probably headed back to the injured list. Mookie Betts also hit 2 home runs. It was against the Rockies, but they ended up winning 15-6 yesterday. And the Padres, just like that, have fallen 3.5 games behind the Dodgers.
It goes so fast,
yeah,
boys.
All it takes is one little cold spell, and the Dodgers get hot, and they start putting a little distance between themselves and the Padres.
I think it was last week's roundtable or something, and we were talking about that they were half game out or something, and you have that fear. You're like, last year we took first place for like a day, right? Hang the banner, and then they just blood in the water, man. They don't miss.
Similar thing this year. Padres took first place for half a day, lost the next 2 to the Dodgers. Now they're 3.5 out. And by the way, just a game ahead of the third place Diamondbacks now, who won again yesterday. Ketel Marte hit his 9th home run, 2-run shot. The Diamondbacks are now 10-2 in their last 12 in their 13-game stretch against only the Giants and Rockies. They have cleaned up. They got one more today against the Giants to wrap up that 2-week run. Kyle Harrison.
Quickly, though, they're dragging Tony V in San Francisco because he brought in a lefty twice to face Ketel Marte in the last week. He had a walk-off homer, and he's a switch hitter. And then he hit a home run yesterday. His OPS against lefties is almost 900. And now his OPS against righties is almost 800. So you kind of pick your poison with Ketel Marte. He's
I feel
pretty
like historically he's been better left-handed, but maybe this year it's kind of the opposite numbers.
No, this year he's
this year he's better against lefties.
Yeah.
I think in past seasons, though, sometimes they go like career-wise, they feel like those numbers will come back to the norm.
Makes those guys hard to pitch to. Makes them hard to
Good
game
switch
plan
hitters,
for.
for sure.
100%.
Always good to have one in the lineup. Padres do have Bryce Johnson.
We do. He's a switch hitter.
He's our only switch hitter, I believe.
Yeah.
The Brewers beat the Cardinals 6-0. We talked about Abner Uribe in that one. We did not talk about Kyle Harrison's 6 shutout innings, and that Milwaukee has now won 14 of their last 18 games. They've actually started pulling away from the Cubs in the NL Central because the Cubs lost their 10th in a row. And it's getting worse. They got bodied by the Pirates 12-1 yesterday. So they've had 2 10-game winning streaks and a 10-game losing streak, and we're not even to June yet. Cubs have been a roller coaster first half of the season.
Yeah, Craig Counsell was not, they asked him last night, so are the guys pressing? And he goes, no. I mean, yes, maybe. Who cares? Guys, we need results at this point. He always looks stressed. He looked stressed when he was in Milwaukee. Now that he's with the Cubs and making 8, 10, something like for a manager, he's making a lot of dough.
I think it's like 8.
We say the word pressing a lot.
We do say
we
it.
do it as well with the Padres. Doesn't really have a meaning, honestly. Like, what is pressing?
Trying too
hard. But you're supposed to be trying really hard when you're a baseball player.
But you can't.
But where's the level where you're now trying too hard?
You can't be like pedal to the metal.
You can't. You see it with little kids all the time, dude. They just the The longer the AB goes, the bat.
I mean, if your
gets
golf
real
swing
tight.
is struggling, you're not going to swing harder.
Swing harder.
Right, but
You swing
it's
slower.
also a very self-serving excuse for every team.
100%.
Like, we're pressing
just
because
pressing.
we're trying too hard. It's not that we're
Guys,
not
we're
trying
working
hard
way
enough.
too hard on
we're
this.
trying too hard.
It's true,
So,
and that's
we
what
say it a ton, but it doesn't.
Council
really have-
said. He goes, I mean, at this point, like, we just need results. Yeah, whatever they're doing, they need to do the opposite.
Reds have won 5 of 6. Mets are back to struggles again. They lost 7-2 yesterday. How about the Rangers? They get no hit on Monday.
Yep.
They scored 8 in the first inning on Tuesday against the Astros.
Baseball's so weird.
And hold on for a 10-7 win to snap a 4-game losing streak. The Yankees, I think they've never done this in their long history. Every starter got at least 2 hits. They beat the Royals 15-1, 6 home runs, 24 hits overall in the game. Blue Jays beat up on Sandy Alcantara. He allowed 8 runs in an 8-1 loss for the Marlins to Toronto. The Braves got home runs. They do hit a lot of them. Matt Olson, 2-run shot is 15th. Michael Harris, the second, 2-run shot is 12th. They beat the Red Sox 8-7. Nationals doubled up the Guardians 6-3. Guess what? James Wood hit another home run, his 15th. They are red hot. Guess who the Padres are going to face on Friday?
The Nats.
The Nats. Angels over the Tigers 10-7. Tigers have lost 17 of 20. Whew. Orioles get a great pitching performance from Shane Baz against his former team. They beat the Rays 6-1. And the Mariners have pulled within a half game of the A's for first place with a 4-1 win over Sacramento.
Fast reach around.
Yeah, got to get done because we got hour number 4 coming up next here on The Fan. reminiscent of, you don't know what I'm talking about. Welcome back. It is hour number 4 of Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how, going until 10 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. We didn't really talk about it yesterday. Got a lot of Padres talk in. But you blamed yourself last postseason when SDFC lost to Vancouver in the Western Conference Finals. And you go, I was there. I hadn't been to any other game. I finally went to one, and they lost.
They did.
Well, Vancouver returned over the weekend, and the result was exactly the same. Unless you went and you didn't.
I did not go.
I didn't think so. I wanted to be clear, but yeah, not your fault. Vancouver's just really good.
They're really good.
They got 2 more goals in the first half from Brian White. SDFC had a chance. They pulled within 1 on a David Vasquez goal early in the second half, but it was just more of the same. Luca Bambino, 2 yellow cards, another red card in the first half of the season. They were playing 10-on-11, and after that, they ended up losing 4-2. Kind of a sour way to go out because SDFC does not have another game until July 22nd.
That is insane.
So almost 2 months. Most of the players will take the next 3 weeks or so off, other than Anibal Godoy, who's going to play for Panama at the World Cup, but most of them get some time off. And then Mikey is basically going to restart, like new preseason all over again. Probably some new players, couple of moves, but kind of really working on some stuff that they didn't get to because they had such a short off season, had to go right into the CONCACAF play with the games, the CONCACAF league play. So he will this is going to be totally different. We're going to figure out everything that went wrong in the first half and have a better second half of the season.
And it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? So
yeah, I mean, they've dug themselves a bit of a hole. I think they're like in 10th place.
They started really hot.
Yeah.
And then they didn't. And then they really didn't. And then they continued not to. Then they did for a second, and then they didn't.
Yeah. But, it's going to be, imagine, a tough 2 months knowing that they did not play the way they wanted to for the first half of the season.
But you also know that that's now behind you. It's, all-star break for baseball players, except way, 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 way longer. Imagine leaving for 2 months and coming back, doing a quick spring training and getting right back into the mix for an 81-game season or something. It would be insane. But no, these guys deserve some time. Got to figure it out. Mikey will get back to the drawing board.
The Wave are also going on a break after this week. They play one more on Sunday. They lost 1-0. Tough one over the weekend as well. Had that whole control possession, more shots than the other team, but failed to get a goal and gave up one in a 1-0 loss to Orlando. So there's a quick soccer update for the rest of the headlines we missed. Turn things over to Paulie.
Get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul. All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah.
All right.
All right. Happy Wednesday,
Happy
gentlemen.
Wednesday.
Let's see here. We will start off in the NFL. Pretty gnarly story that this goes back a few years now, and I don't remember us really ever talking about it, but in the NFL, Will Levis, Titans quarterback. This is gnarly. Now, the only thing I really knew about Will Levis, besides that he was a quarterback, I believe he went to Kentucky. And he's the guy that had the Hellman's mayonnaise. Like, he likes to put mayonnaise in his coffee, right?
Mayonnaise guy.
Mayonnaise guy. He's the mayonnaise man.
Mayonnaise man, the real mayonnaise man.
Right. So he's been he's had a rough couple of years. So a couple of years ago, he was dating this girl, Gia Duddy, and they had a intimate video that they had both participated in, and I guess
consented, both of them.
Yes, totally. This was no revenge, anything like that. They had a video of the two of them in an intimate situation, and his iCloud got hacked into, and that video got stolen, and that video did what the internet does. It went around and went viral. I don't remember ever seeing anything about this, but
because you don't go looking for such things, right?
No.
Right.
Even I didn't see it.
Good.
I was a little surprised. I didn't even remember even a hint of this. But His mom, Will Levis's mom, was on a podcast recently. She was on the Ross Tucker football podcast.
Yep.
I don't know exactly why she was there, but she talked about this situation that Will has been going through. And she talks about some of the extensive lengths that he went to try to get this removed. I thought this was fascinating, something that we all probably would want to do, right? You know, everything they say lives on the internet forever. Here's what Will Levis's mom, Beth, had to say.
So Will actually ended up engaging in hiring a cybersecurity specialist and private investigator and spent an exorbitant amount of money to try to get to the bottom of this. And through that, try to scrape, it's amazing that you can do this. I mean, it's crazy that these people are even available, but to try to scrape, what they could to make this go away. And ultimately a lot of the content was taken down, but you can never scrape anything entirely from the internet. It's there forever. There is a footprint, unfortunately. We did find out that actually this content was stolen, and his private either laptop or digital platform, phone, whatever, was actually breached and invaded a year or two earlier when he was in college. And we come to find out this was a Eastern European hacking group that is notorious for trying to target what they think might be an attractive couple that they can then expose and make do what they do for attention. So anyway, we actually came to terms with that, at least we knew where it came from. It wasn't something malicious from, who knows, somebody else.
It's wild.
It wasn't the ex-girlfriend.
No, nobody
or
put it out.
like
He didn't put it out, send it to a buddy.
He was hacked. We've had these stories before, extortion, or the new term is sextortion when it comes to sexual related activities on the internet or digital space or whatever. So he was in college when, kids do what they do, and thought this was locked away privately in the cloud. He got hacked and they tried to get some big money
get
out
some
of
money
him.
from him.
I guess I commend him for going through the hoops that he jumped through to try to get this removed. But I don't know, ultimately, like if you're Will Levis, what do you do? Like, it's out there now. It's going to be out there forever. I think you have to.
Yeah, you swear it. It sucks.
Sounds like a very unsatisfactory conclusion, though. You spend tons of money. Yeah, we found out who did it. Can't do anything about it.
We deleted it from a lot
few
of places.
We deleted it, but it's still out there and can still be copied and sent wherever anybody wants to send it. Can't do anything about that.
We're already warning our children at home.
I mean, what's the right thing? You just ignore it and go, I didn't do anything wrong. It was consensual.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but I have nothing to be ashamed or embarrassed about, and just go on with your life.
Sure. It's not everybody can live that way. They feel shame.
How would your mom feel going on a podcast talking about your sex tape? I don't think my mom would love it.
I don't think mine would either.
I'm impressed how well Will Levis's mom handled this.
Yeah, I don't think.
She went on. I was reading more about it. Like, she talked about Will having to come clean to his parents. And she goes, it was heartbreaking.
Like, he thought, I've really done something wrong here, at the end of the day. And
that's not something that's not a conversation you want to have with your parents.
No, God, no. God, no. No. I'm 50, almost 51 years old. I don't want to have that combo with my parents.
Nope.
Terrible.
By the way,
Heart goes out
reportedly, Gia Duddy, the girlfriend, is now going out with Fernando Mendoza.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Likes the quarterbacks.
Likes the quarterbacks. Don't we all?
All right. Well, we're not actually talking about a quarterback here. We're talking about a tight end in this next story. Travis Kelce, you might have heard of him. He's dating Taylor Swift. He's
engaged, right?
He's engaged. They are. I think they're getting married here in the next couple of months.
I wonder if their wedding will be a big to-do.
I've seen like a few of the headlines.
Understated.
Have you seen some of the headlines coming out about the wedding? They're like, Taylor Swift called every single guest personally to make sure that there were no paper trails, no invitations.
Great. I mean, you have to.
The lengths that they're going to, but I digress. He is on ESPN's headlines today, not because of anything football related. Actually, it's baseball related. Travis Kelce has purchased a minority stake in the Cleveland Guardians. Of course, he is from the Cleveland area. He said, I have so much love for this city. I say it all the time. I'm just a kid from the Heights living the dream. I credit every good thing in my life to Cleveland and being raised here with the values and the people and the work ethic. Cleveland Heights is a diverse and dynamic place. He goes on. He just talks about how he grew up. He was a kid of the 90s. The Albert Bell, Jim Tomei, Kenny Lofton era. That's what made him fall in love with sports.
Great era.
And baseball in general. It was like really a renaissance, I guess, is how ESPN, I think I agree every word. They said the 90s renaissance of baseball in Cleveland.
Yeah.
He was a part of that. He was going to games as a kid. So now he's got the money. He was able to become a partial owner, and he joins a growing list of athletes from other sports who have bought into Major League Baseball. LeBron James has some ownership in the Red Sox. Giannis has a little bit of ownership stake with the Brewers. Cade Cunningham from the Pistons, he owns a little bit of the Texas Rangers. And, of course, Patrick Mahomes, he's a minority owner of the Royals.
Yeah. I mean, do you have a problem with it if you're a Royals fan? You know, Travis Kelce getting all his money from Kansas City, and he didn't buy into that. He bought
into a rival.
Went to the hometown division rival, right?
Yeah. Interesting.
It's a good point,
Hadn't
I
thought of that.
guess, but I don't think you
I don't
can
really
blame
care.
a guy for still loving his childhood team.
Yeah, 100%.
No,
And he's almost done. He's almost done. It's not like he's a rookie.
Right.
I don't know how much investment he's made in the team, and obviously he did well in his NFL career and endorsements and stuff. But these are now multi-billion-dollar franchises. I wonder what his stake is.
Here's $70. Put it with the rest, right?
That would make you a minority owner.
Minority owner.
Sometimes they'd like to do it for having the name involved with the team, and it's not as much of a financial investment as it is
it's a lot of cash.
PR and image investment into a team.
A lot of cash to spend to get a first pitch. You know what I mean? Like, because you'll definitely get one now. But no, good for him, man. Good for him. Giving back.
All right. And then finally, we will wrap it up here. Wanted to get this story yesterday. Ran out of time at the end of the show just because I am a bit of a petty person and I appreciate pettiness, good pettiness, especially when it's done on the scale that it was done last week. You probably all know by now, Stephen Colbert, the late night host, had his final show last Thursday night. Watched a little bit of it. He did the whole week, was full of guests and everything, and he had Paul McCartney was his last guest on the show. It's pretty good how they ended it. But the very next day after this ended, Stephen Colbert, in very typical Stephen Colbert fashion, he did something that he had done like 10 or 11 years earlier. He bought an hour of public access television in Monroe, Michigan, and did a full hour the very next day after his show ended.
His open was unbelievable.
I pulled just a few seconds of the open. Like the first minute was unbelievable.
Hello. Also welcome. It's time for another edition of Only in Monroe. I'm your guest, host, Stephen Colbert.
Sounds like
Longtime
public
viewers
access.
of Only in Monroe may remember that back in July of 2015, I filled in for the usual hosts, Michelle Bauman and Kaylani Ray Rafko Wilson. Still not sure how many people that is. Since I was last here in Monroe, Michigan, I spent 11 years as the primary host of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on CBS, which came to an end last night. It's been an excruciating 23 hours without being on TV, so I am grateful to be able to be here on Monroe Community Media before they also get acquired by Paramount.
So good, dude. That line of it's been an excruciating 23 hours without being on TV. It's funny because it's also probably a little true. You know, there's probably some truth to that joke, and I loved it, man. It was so good.
That line in particular, I said, all right.
So he's in Monroe, Michigan. Like he finishes up Colbert and then goes right there to start again the next day and do an hour.
Yeah,
that's so good.
because they don't tape live, right?
And who did he have joining him?
Unbelievable guests. Yeah. In 1 hour of public access in Monroe, Michigan, he had Jack White, huge Detroit guy. He had Eminem, Steve Buscemi, and Jeff Daniels, the actors.
Did you see the Eminem part where he's like, so you're from Michigan, huh? Do you like Bob Seger? Eminem's like, yeah. He's like, all right, sing us Bob Singer song. Like, do you know this song? Do you know the words to Against the Wind? And Eminem's like, against the wind. And then he didn't get like anything else. And Colbert's like, oh yeah, real Michigan man, I see. Like just dropped the hammer on him. It was so clever and funny. That was great. That was great.
Man, good stuff.
Is that our future one day when we're off radio? The public access radio?
Talk about this. You'll never see or hear from me again. Ever. Gone. Dust in the wind. That's my dream anyway.
You'll be against the
It'll be
wind.
3 weeks. I'll be like, hey, I got a new podcast coming out. You guys are going to love it. I interview people from around San Diego. It's going to be great. One-on-one with Woods.
Oh, God. Take on Woods, the podcast.
Take on Woods, the podcast. Maybe I'll do one with my kids. Other than that, that's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That was great.
Paulie, thank you very
Thanks,
much. Good Rindle report as always. Well, we still got a look ahead to today's game. We got early baseball for you coming up. Talk about the afternoon matchup, the homestand finale against the Philadelphia Phillies. All coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first, let me tell you about Eco Water SoCal. We all love our hometown team here, obviously representing the brown and gold. Let's talk about home field advantage. Your home certainly deserves one if you've got normal, just California, Southern California, rock hard liquid gravel water that destroys appliances and dries out your skin. You can make the change today. Go to ecowatersocal.com. They'll take great care of you. We've had the system for many, many years, and we will have it forever, right? I think everybody in the house is kind of committed to Eco Water SoCal. We don't want to go back to the old way. These guys have been doing this since 1925. That's over a century of perfecting the soft life for you. They'll come out, they'll do a free in-home water test, show you what's going on in your pipes and what's going into your body every day. No guesswork, just facts. Their new systems feature smart leak monitoring and a whole home shutoff, and they do financing up to 84 months. No brainer, guys. We live this every day in the Woods household. Check it out, 760-350-3338, 760-350-3338. It's an investment. It's an investment in your health, your home. Do it today. Go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925.
You got them drugs, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Safety and comfort in numbers, Benjamin, and we're not the only fan base going through this right now. In fact, I just stumbled across on Twitter an interaction between some Philly fans, Philadelphia Philly fans, and they're talking about how they got to get rid of Kevin Long, their hitting coach, and he's been a long time guy there. And guy writes, I don't know, man, if every single right-handed hitter on the team is terrible, that's a hitting coach problem in my eyes. And a guy weighed in under the name of the Big League Approach, J. Mike MLB. Now, I don't know his name, but he was a big leaguer. And he says this, yes, but as a former MLB player, I did not need, in all caps, my coach. I know what is wrong, and it's sure as hell not my mechanics, which I'm about 99% sure that's what they're telling these hitters. It's in their head. Their approach sucks. And then the guy reads his lists his average, his slug. He was 263 hitter over an 11-year career with a 95 OPS plus. The guy's like, yeah, man, but I made it in the big leagues for 11 years. Like, I'm not going to blame my coach. And, you know, again, we opened the show this morning talking about that. And a lot of people want Steven Souza's head, you know, on a platter today. And, you know, again, if you think that there's another voice out there that can get the same guys that have had 12 hitting coaches over the last 12 years, get them right, go ahead.
The two teams in particular this year, the one the Padres are facing today, the Phillies, fired their manager. The results have been fantastic.
Yeah.
The Boston Red Sox fired their manager, several coaches, basically the same team they were before. Nothing has changed at all. Why? I don't know that anyone really has a great explanation for it.
I think that's the scariest part about baseball. And covering baseball and being a fan of baseball. I think it's the scariest part of it is that we search and we dig so deeply and we look at numbers behind the numbers and you're like, wait, we had that guy. He was terrible here. Did he unlock something when he went there and worked in their pitching lab? Like, look at Kyle Harrison now for the Brewers. What a pickup. My God, he's like unhittable. And, you know, Red Sox had him. Giants had him. Couldn't do anything with him. And that's an organization in San Francisco. How many pitchers have they developed 100 like stud pitchers. And for whatever reason, he slipped through the cracks. And I think sometimes it's hard to quantify why things are the way they are. And that's what makes it so frustrating. There's no right answer. Like, hey, your football team sucks. Well, you know why? Because your quarterback throws interceptions every game and your running back fumbles the ball. In baseball, it's like he went from here to here and he figured it out.
I also I have to remind everybody, including the three of us in the studio and all the tier ones, baseball is not a sport you can really evaluate based on a series or a week or even a homestand. You need a while. So let's look at this thing on a month-to-month basis. We're near the end of May. April, Padres had that 14-16 where they won, 17-21. Pretty good month of April. Yeah. All right. So May, how bad has it been this month? What's the Padres record in May?
500?
12-12.
I mean, good, not great.
Should we be hitting?
Not good, not terrible.
I mean, every team's going to have at least 2 or 3 months where they're at 500.
But the problem is, and again, the problem is, and I think what fans are realizing is you're not seeing guys bust out of it, right? You're really not.
Absolutely. The offense is a concern.
You're not seeing, hey, man, it's coming. It's coming. You can hear it.
Yeah.
They can say it, and maybe they feel it, and I hope they do feel it. I hope Manny really means it when he says, I'm a click away, right? And we've seen him do that before. We've seen Toddy hit home runs in bunches before. We've seen Jackson Merrill get locked in. Xander Bogaerts is now scuffling a little bit. And, so you're really every day going to the ballpark and watching it on television. You're going, sure hope today's the day it clicks. And I think with every futile offensive performance, you start to think, we're about to go off the cliff.
That trust gets lower and lower.
You've
lost passing game.
You've lost 3 in a row. And you're like, oh my God, we're careening. We're gonna start careening soon. And again, there's no days off in Major League Baseball. The guy you got to face today is one of the nastiest guys out there. So you keep digging yourself these holes.
It's one of those tropes, like any of them. 1 click away, just not quite there yet.
Yeah,
almost locked
almost
in.
there.
It all, to me as a fan at least, it all just sounds like we just haven't played our best baseball yet.
And it's
which
also,
we have heard.
It's also you're searching. And you see these guys searching last night. Jackson, I think Jackson, out of all of them, I think he is searching.
I think he's
for
the most
right
lost
now.
out of anybody on the team.
I think he's searching for it, which very, very hard to hit.
But I take some comfort in knowing that all those guys are desperately searching for it.
Me too.
Because at some point they're going to find something. I mean, I don't think they're just going to keep relentlessly struggling forever. Is this it? I mean, they're just going to keep getting worse and worse until all 3 of them are basically out of baseball in the next 12 months.
Please don't say that it's not possible, because one thing this game has taught us, it's absolutely possible. It's absolutely possible.
Yeah. And I think to Ben's point, though, like, never mind, I just lost my train of thought.
I mean, you're right. That's the disastrously bad. The Padres are now on the hook for $700 million in salary of 3 guys who are out of the game because they're all hitting 0-27 and have completely forgotten how to play baseball.
Yeah.
I do trust that all 3 of those guys want to be good, are trying to be good, and haven't just given up and thrown in the towel on being good baseball players.
Yeah.
I think they remain athletic enough and know enough about the sport that they can fix this going forward. I don't know how long it's going to take. Is it another week of struggles? Is it another month of struggles? How long can the Padres tread water until that happens? But I still believe that all 3 of them at some point will figure things out and will be better players. What level, I don't know, but they will not all continue to struggle the way they have the start of this season indefinitely forever, which if they did, they would be done. They could not be Major League Baseball players. If this was their new normal and they all hit in the hundreds with very little power, they would not be Major League Baseball players anymore.
Yeah, Ben, this is a good point. Ben says, then if that happens, that's on the coaches and organization. The organization, I think I could get behind. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, AJ would have made a massively bad decision.
No, it would have been like several massively bad decisions.
I mean,
right?
That would be, crippling to the franchise. Even if the contracts play out fairly well,
it's like Artie Moreno.
It's going to be difficult for the Padres.
Yeah.
If all 3 of those guys are not productive players at all, like they're bottom 3rd players, bottom 5th players in baseball at those contracts, the Padres are in a world of hurt for a decade and a half.
Yeah. And we knew this was not even just a possibility. We knew this was likely.
Yeah, but
because that's just what guys do when they get to their mid to late 30s. The whole point was you were going to have a World Series
or
before
two
then, and we didn't get it.
You can't guarantee a World Series, but you could have pretty much said, but we know that Fernando's going to play pretty well, very well.
That's how
Jackson
we
Merrill's going to play very well over that state. We don't know it's going to get us a World Series, but we can guarantee at least several years of elite production, all-star level play from both of them.
But we hadn't considered.
If that doesn't happen, they're the worst. They're the worst decisions in the history.
Yeah.
I think if AJ's listening, he's laughing that we're having this much panic about.
Hey, good morning, AJ.
About the offensive production, even over 2 months of a season.
Well, and I think again, I think if you're think about it, let's try to put ourselves in AJ's shoes right now, and in Craig Stammen's shoes. If you're Craig Stammen, you're like, yeah, we've lost 3 in a row, but man, we're doing the job. I think he looks in the mirror and goes, hey, this so far so good, right? If he had to self-assess himself, he'd say, yeah, man, we're 8 games above 500, right? We're winning ball games.
And the struggles have not carried over to any other aspect of their play.
Right.
We still see them playing great defense.
Yep. Running the bags hard. Sometimes they get thrown out a lot,
but for the most part, every other facet of the game has been locked in. I wonder simply at the plate where they continue to struggle.
I wonder what it would take to get AJ Preller to worry, because I don't know that he ever actually has. And a lot of
question to ask him.
A lot of the
what
guys
does it take to make you worry.
A lot of the guys in that game that I've gotten to be around, they do laugh at us, and they have laughed before. At the panic and the it's never going to turn around. They have to carry themselves with the attitude that it will, or you'll die. Like, you can't go into every day. Like, Manny, trust me, Manny didn't wake up today going, oh my God, I got to go hit Christopher Sanchez. No, I'm sure he's embracing the challenge of it. But, that's the mentality that they have to get through that season.
Let's assume AJ would like all of us to be considered good at their job and successful. All right. So, what is the rest of baseball thinking? Are they laughing that AJ signed Fernando Tatis Jr. and Jackson Merrill to contract extension?
No, they would like to trade for them and see if they can fix them.
And they all would have done the exact same thing. If they had the resources, there's not a team in baseball. I think there are a few teams that probably wouldn't have extended Manny Machado because they're kind of cheap, and they probably also thought, yeah, that production into the age 40 and 41, we're just not going to justify it. So they might think that AJ wasn't smart about that, but there's no one in baseball that would have ever said a single word about AJ signing either Tatis or Merrill to a contract extension.
No,
not a executive who would go, I wouldn't have done that, because they all would have done it happily. Like, they would have been giddy to sign those guys to long-term contract extensions.
For sure.
All right, matchup today, 110. Yeah, you mentioned it. Christopher Sanchez. Yeah, I mean, he's beatable, or maybe he's not. He hasn't given up a run this month, but eventually he's going to give up a run at some point. Will it be to the San Diego Padres today? Maybe.
Would be classic. It would be classic baseball to look down at you and go, you idiots. You're going to sit here and complain about the offense. Watch what we do to Christopher Sanchez, right?
Top Cy Young contender, one of the best change-ups you're going to see in all of baseball.
God, he's dirty.
Really, really good. And Walker Buehler's been kind of shaky his last couple of starts, and he's going for the Padres. So matchup-wise, yeah, I got the Phillies as pretty heavy favorites to complete the sweep. Padres have not been swept all season long.
I'd love to see them fight their asses off to not be swept today. That would go a long way with me. And I think, again, the San Diego Salvagers, that was kind of early. And it means something to me. It does. Rolling over for a sweep is really tough, and especially facing this buzzsaw.
But, the formula, we talked about it against the Mariners, keep it close, 5-6 innings. Walker Buehler, don't give up more than 1 or 2, and then see if you can at least get into their bullpen. They've used Duran the last couple of days. They've used Kerkering. They can't go to their high leverage relievers every single day. You get into some other bullpen guys, maybe you score late and get back to that, at least the old winning formula today for the San Diego Padres to salvage a series finale. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that would be how it kind of looks in my mind if it does happen today.
And they're off tomorrow.
Padres are off tomorrow.
So, yeah, chase this thing like you need to chase it, man. If you can find a way to
Mason
chase
Miller
it.
fully rested. I think Estrada's rested.
Yep.
Morejon pitched yesterday, but Adam didn't pitch. So you got plenty of bullpen.
Morejon threw 9 pitches. I'm sure he's fine.
You got everybody available. So should be good to go if you have a chance to go after this game today. There's no reason not to go after
It's
it.
not a must win, of course.
No.
There's no such thing as a must win in May, but my God, the difference in vibes for the rest of the week, really, because if they lose today, that's 4 straight. That's a sweep. We got to take that into an off day and into Friday morning. And
an East Coast road trip against a red hot Nationals team, and then right back to Philly to face this team and Sanchez and Nola again, I believe. So, that is the recipe for a really bad 2 weeks. It would help if you could get a win here.
Welcome to the big leagues, my friends.
All right, let's take last time out. We'll come back. We can spin the topic wheel and finish things up on a Wednesday. Ben and Woods broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. But before I do that, Paulie reminds me, because I forgot earlier, we still have a 4-pack of tickets to give away to the San Diego County Fair. If you'd like to win, call now. Be the third caller, 833-288-0973. Get into the San Diego County Fair. Opens June 10th, runs through July 5th at the San Diego County Del Mar Fairgrounds. Details at sdfair.com. Back after this on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Ooh, off day tomorrow. Maybe you should make a plan to head on down to 7 Mile Casino. Get your card playing on in San Diego's best, most upscale, easy-to-get-to card room that you're going to find.
That's exactly right. Best part, just 7 minutes from downtown San Diego. Great place for pregame, postgame, off day, as you said. I saw Miguel Rojas down there enjoying himself when the Dodgers were in town. It's a great place to go sit down, play some cards in a smoke-free environment as well.
Also enjoy a great meal. Sammy's wood-fired pizza inside 7 Mile Casino. Like the other Sammy's, they got the great barbecue chicken pizza, the chopped salads, but they also have the 24/7 players menu. Kung Pao chicken, my favorite item on that menu, and you can get it any time of the day, 2 a.m., 4 p.m., doesn't matter. Always available at 7 Mile Casino to enjoy the bar, the patio, TVs throughout the whole restaurant, throughout the whole card room. You're going to love it. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Benjamin, where it's happening right now. Our friend Katie Wu just dropped a piece about Mookie Betts, who's been scuffling, right? He had an oblique at the beginning of the year, revamped his entire workout, off-season program, came back, pulled his oblique, and, obviously he's been scuffling since and hit 2 bombs last night. And his the quote in the article says, even after his 2-homer night, Mookie Betts has been troubled by much of the season, not just the oblique strain and subpar offense. The outside noise has taken a surprising toll. And Mookie says there's so much hate out there. It's kind of unbelievable. It's true. It's true. You see it every night. See it in the DM, see it on Twitter, see it, hear it on the radio, whatever, wherever you may see it. That's after a guy that's won them 2.5 World Series too, and played well.
And a guy who seems pretty unflappable. Too,
yeah, right.
He's amiable
and
demeanor.
He is who he is.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's nuts that it would even permeate his aura from what he's been able to accomplish.
Right. But he can probably take some solace in the fact that the Dodgers are in first place, comfortably in a playoff spot. Whereas Padres fans, well, you're also in wild card spot and in first place in that as well. But we don't take as much solace, I guess.
No, they got the rings.
That makes a big difference.
The rings bring a lot of solace.
Speaking of rings, the Vegas Golden Knights are going to get a chance at rings and another Stanley Cup. They qualified for the Stanley Cup Finals with a sweep of the Colorado Avalanche. Will now wait either the Carolina Hurricanes or Montreal Canadiens in the Stanley Cup Finals coming up. And, of course, New York Knicks already qualified with their sweep for the NBA Finals. Last night, the Oklahoma City Thunder moved 1 win away from joining them as they won at home against the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs will try to stay alive tomorrow in Game 6 in San Antonio and force a Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals.
Excellent.
All right, let's check traffic one last time. Then we'll come back. We can spin the topic wheel, get you to 10 o'clock. And remember, early baseball today here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Got some slowing on the 163 southbound from the 8 over to the 5. 805 a little slow merging with the 52. I'm Claire Beverly with Odyssey San Diego traffic.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
While the wheel spins, I'll remind you, all guests on Better Woods, on the SDCCU fan hotline, it's not Big Bank banking, it's better. We'll have Eno Saris on tomorrow.
Yes.
Some smart baseball.
Let's ask him about Fernando Tatis's struggles at the plate.
What a great topic. Why didn't we think of that before?
Yeah.
Good idea. Good
Great
idea.
idea.
All right. Topic Will asks,
What's wrong with Fernando Tatis Jr.?
What would you do to change?
What's Steven Souza's effing problem?
Yeah, right.
What is something that should come standard in every home?
Ooh, standard in every home. Well, I mean, there's the obvious things like,
Well, like washer, dryer,
roof.
I
right.
think let's.
How about a rage room?
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
room.
Yeah. Did I say that out loud? Like a padded cell?
Could turn a closet. We could probably figure that out. Yeah.
I would like a padded cell to sleep in.
Oh, I got one. Bidet.
Ooh,
Bidet should be on every toilet in America.
Good call, Jay-Z. Eco water, 100%.
Why eco water?
Keeping it soft since 1925.
So got them jugs, don't you?
Love it.
Trying to think of what just should be and has to be in every house, but isn't in every house.
I think everybody needs their own space. My wife's lucky she has several spaces in our home she occupies. For her own space, I've got a half of a space, which I relish my own space there.
You know what? I've always been a fan of solar panels. I've had them for many, many years. Keeps the electricity bill down. And if everyone already had them on their homes, feels like that would be a good thing, right?
Fewer guys knocking on my door to sell me. I have
too.
some, but they come anyway.
Just an idea.
Question for you guys: Do you have a no soliciting sign?
No.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
It's the first time I think in my entire life I've ever considered one because I'm getting, I'd say on average 3 to 4 a week, and
like knocks.
Yeah, and they see me because if you're at my front door, you can see right into my office, and there I sit, and I see usually like a 22, 23-year-old kid out there with his phone, and I'm like, hello.
Yeah, new landscaping.
Yeah, landscaping, window washing,
free estimates for house painting.
Right. Which hey, listen, I appreciate the hustle.
I find business cards on my doorstep,
which is fine.
But I mean, do they knock? Maybe I'm not home.
They knock. They knock when I'm there. Okay. See, Jay-Z says I've got one. They still ignore it.
Yeah.
Do they ignore it?
Yeah.
So what's the point of having it?
Well, just like when you put yourself on the do not call list,
they still call you.
It's
true.
Mean, I don't. It doesn't do anything at all.
You could ask them, "Hey, did you not see the sign, buddy?"
I mean, it's not enforceable by law. Oh, I'm sorry, you're under arrest. You just solicited, and I had a no soliciting sign.
Come here, citizen's arrest. Get it? Nope, hands against the wall, buddy. No, I told you I didn't want solar.
911.
The sign says
I have a no soliciting sign, and someone just knocked on my door and said that they would be able to trim my trees for me.
Don't you always feel like they're casing your house when you open the door? I sneak out, like I open it and then I walk outside. Can I help you? Yeah, we're here to do. We were maybe want to power wash your windows.
Let them look in and see. There's nothing really here worth stealing or bothering.
You hear them walk out. He has a Civil War pickle that's in a jar. I think we can get to it. Nobody's going to be home. Yeah, I know. Oh, baby napping is a good bit. Please do not ring the doorbell or knock. There's a baby sleeping inside. That's a good bit. That worked, actually. We did that with both of our kids.
Now they're going to baby nap your baby.
I do put on like delivery instructions. I always say like, do not knock, do not ring the doorbell. Just leave it on the doorstep.
Leave it on the doorstep.
We have dogs that are going to bark and blah, blah, blah. Even though the dogs won't actually bark. It's like, hey, I don't want to talk to you.
Jay-Z lies says one thing I've noticed gets rid of them. Quickly answering, slightly opening the door and telling them I have a fire in my kitchen.
I have a fire. Pardon me, I have a fire in here.
They might call the fire department at that point. That seems like more of a problem. Why can't we just be honest and say,
I'm not interested?
Not interested.
I have a hard time saying I'm not interested. I usually will listen to the spiel at least and go, yeah, sorry. I don't know. My wife makes all those decisions, which is
every once in a while, like, okay, you actually have a point here.
Did you buy a magazine from the guy who's selling magazines?
But I did get my trees trimmed once from a guy who came. Yeah, you know.
Well, I got my garbage
I had a guy
cans.
who kind of did it, and the guy quoted a price that was way less than I was already paying. And I go, all right, you can do this? He goes, yeah, less than 3 hours. I'll get it done. And for this price. And I go, go. You're hired.
That's amazing.
So, sometimes it's worth it to actually listen to people when they knock at your door.
That's fair. One more.
I mean, we also glorify like go-getters, like, hey,
100%. I was in sales, man.
Do it,
I was in sales.
And then when they actually try to do it to us,
beat
we go,
it, nerd.
Get out of here.
I know.
what food are you craving right now?
Not donuts.
Not donuts, because I already had one.
Thanks, Jake.
We all broke, by the way, right? All of us.
Yeah.
We all caved.
We all caved. Had a donut.
I'm good actually right now.
Jersey Mike's haven't been there in like a week.
I haven't been in forever.
We had it last night.
No, I haven't been there in like
not
a couple
craving
weeks.
that either.
You did it for dinner?
We did.
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's. I remember
Well, I have
telling
no
my
kitchen
wife.
right now. So
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
A constant stream.
Little
of
lunch for
takeout
dinner.
at the moment.
My wife one time years ago was like, "What is it with guys and sandwiches?" I'm like, "They're the perfect meal, the perfect snack.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
You could literally have it at any time of the day, and it would be good.
Yep.
Doesn't
100%.
matter if you're working overnights. That 4 a.m. sandwich still hits, just like it does at noon.
I'm not craving anything right now. That donut really did enough. Did plenty.
I could go for like a carton, like a good Chinese
cigarettes?
food, like
Oh.
like beef and broccoli
Beef and
or
broccoli.
something. I don't know why
I could get some
Chinese
down.
food sounds good right now to me. So, like the old school with the MSG and
Yeah, the
just kind of sounds good to me right now.
crispy wontons. Yep. All right. One more time. Let's
All right,
get out of
Chinese
here.
food. All right, one last time. That was a quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not hungry.
What is the most adorable animal that is also extremely dangerous?
Oh,
koala bear, right?
I don't know how dangerous a koala is.
Aren't they
but,
really dangerous?
But a bear, like a big bear, is very cute. Oh, an orca, like SeaWorld Shamu, is like they are adorable. Like those big giant killer whales. They're also incredibly dangerous.
I don't look at something that's 8,000 pounds.
Is adorable?
80,000 pounds and say that's
Are you-
adorable.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Like a
kangaroo, great one.
kangaroo.
They'll rip your face off. Well, orangutan.
Yeah, I think they're dangerous
They're
too.
really cute. And they're
I remember I don't even know where they are in the wild, but at the zoo one time as a kid, I remember seeing a wolverine. And they look like little sloths almost, like little tree sloths, but they will mess you up. Like they are vicious.
I like that. Wait, what? Carlos says koalas have chlamydia. What? How do you
only if they haven't been safe?
I am so confused, and I think I'm going to end today on that comment. And I'm just going to let that one ring.
All koalas?
Yeah, just go to some music, Paulie. Just let it ring with the audience for the rest of the day, because I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that or look it up or anything else. Just would hope we beat Christopher Sanchez today, and I guess I can leave it at that.
Look it
Purple
up.
says it's a common known fact. Like every koala, they're born with it.
To koala.
We got a lineup. Thank you, Charisma. You saved
Yes,
us.
koalas suffer from a severe, widespread epidemic of chlamydia.
Good
In
God.
some wild populations, infection rates can soar up to 70% or higher,
Just
causing blindness,
All right, so
painful UTIs, infertility, and even death.
Here we go. Tatis Jr. at the top, playing second. Miguel Andujar playing third, hitting second. Sheets, Machado, Bogarts, Laureano, Merrill, and Castellanos, and Fermin. again.
Merrill dropped a little further.
Yep.
Laureano moved up a bit.
Yeah, the lefty-lefty is going to be tough.
All right, that's your lineup. Braden will have more from the loft at Petco Park. He will join you live coming up next. That is it for us. Thank you for joining us on a Wednesday. For Paul Reindl, for Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. right here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.